Mindanao. Let's cool it! Mga kalabaw! Handa na ba kayo? Metro Manila's greatest hits is back. Ang lahat ng drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition. Magandang umaga, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now November 21, 2024, Thursday. And how many days is it before Christmas? It's now 34 days before Christmas, and you're listening here on koolNews Early Edition from the station that cares for you. Only here on Cool FM. You're also listening on News Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories this morning. I'm Stephen Iwanag, so together with Cairo on the booth today. We start off with the Indonesian government who is open to the possibility of allowing President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to grant drug convict Mary Jane Veloso clemency. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo De Vega said. Veloso, who is on death row, is anticipated to return to the Philippines, although her legal custody would remain under Indonesia. That is to be discussed, but in the talks with the Philippine ambassador to Indonesia, Gina Damoralin, they were open to the possible eventual grant of clemency by our own president. De Vega said in a palace briefing on Wednesday, referring to the Indonesian government. He then explained two possible scenarios. We will request while she's here for the official release from detention from the Indonesian criminal procedure system, or another one. They will allow our president to issue the clemency on the basis that she's been in detention for many years. Clemency is the act of granting mercy to a convicted individual, typically given by an executive authority. However, De Vega noted that details regarding Veloso's potential clemency, the detention facility where she will continue to serve in her sentence, and the length of her imprisonment remain under discussion. The Philippine government is considering the correctional institution for women in Mandaluyong City or the National Bureau of Investigation facility as her detention center here, he added. Earlier in the day, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. confirmed in a social media post that the Philippine and Indonesian governments have agreed to repatriate Veloso. The President Marcos said, "We managed to delay her execution long enough to reach an agreement to finally bring her back to the Philippines." Mary Jane's story resonates with many, a mother trapped by a grip of poverty who made one desperate choice that altered the course of her life. While she was held accountable under Indonesian law, she remains a victim of her own circumstances. Reacting to the president's announcement, Veloso's mother, Celia, said she fears for daughter's life once she returns to the Philippines after 14 years of incarceration in Indonesia. For Celia, it would be better for her daughter to stay detained in Indonesia than to be jailed in the Philippines. Celia said in a DWPM interview, "Para po sa akin, sa aming pong pamilya, kung iuwi si Mary Jane at ikukulong din po, gugustuhin ko po sa Indonesia siyang nakakulong." She noted that her daughter is being treated well in an Indonesian jail. Celia said, "Dahil mas safe po ang kalooban namin dahil nakikita namin ang trato kay Mary Jane, talagang mahal na mahal nila. Eh dito sa Pilipinas, hindi po kami nakasiguro dahil international na sindikato po ang kalaban namin." In 2010, Veloso was arrested by Adisupsuto International Airport in Yogyakarta after she was found in possession of more than 2.6 kilograms of heroin. Veloso maintained she was unaware of the contents of her luggage as it was only given by her recruiters, identified as Julius Lacanilao and Maria Cristina Sergio. An office of the vice president official has been warned that interfering with House of Representatives hearings would eventually merit a contempt citation, as officials ordered to show up at the congressional probe were given travel orders. During the House of Representatives Committee hearing on Good Government and Public Accountability on Wednesday, Abang Lingkod Parlous Representative Joseph Stephen Paduano claimed that it seems that the OVP is hiding its personnel needed for the panel's probe into alleged fund misuse. Paduano said previous travel orders showed where the OVP personnel were headed to, but the recent ones provided by attorney Rosalind Sanchez, OVP's Director for Administrative and Financial Services, had no particular location. Ma'am, looking back at the excuse letter during the last meeting, for example, in the case of Gina Acosta, she has a travel authority and their travel during the time was, I think, in Bacolod City at the satellite office. It was clear where her travel authority where and when she was traveling. Paduano told Sanchez in a mix of Filipino and English. During that hearing, if my memory serves me right, that was the second invitation, and that was the excuse of Gina Acosta, with the official travel order that was for the Bacolod City satellite office. Today, your problem is that, ma'am, Attorney Sanchez, you are releasing a travel authority without the specific area, he added in a mix of Filipino and English. Acosta, OVP Special Dispersing Officer, is one of the 4 OVP personnel cited for contempt by the committee last November 11 for not showing up despite numerous invitations. Paduano then reminded Sanchez that she should not use the lack of a specific area to visit inside the travel order as a reason, as it could be considered undue interference with the House hearing. He said that's why you shouldn't use as an alibi the lack of a specific time, date, and place. Lastly, I just want to warn you, don't you know by telling that in this committee, you're violating Section 11 of our rules. Letter F, undue interference. That's our internal rules. You're violating Section 11, paragraph F of our rules. Undue interference during scheduled hearings by the committee. In response, Sanchez said that she only relayed the travel order which came from Lemuel Ortoño, OVP's Assistant Chief of Staff and Chairperson of the agency's Bids and Awards Committee, who was also cited for contempt. Mr. Chair, earlier I was asked to check for records for the travel orders, so that's what I did for Mr. Chair. I just checked. And from the report of the Central Records Unit, they provided me the copies of the travel orders, Mr. Chair. So for the period of November 10 to 15, Mr. Chair, that is what was mentioned by Honorable Congressman Paduano, that Ms. Gina Acosta traveled to a satellite office, and it is place specific, Sanchez explained. She added, but Mr. Chair, another travel order was issued for November 18 to 22, later on revealing that it was Ortoño who signed the travel order. Paduano noted, Attorney, I just cited our internal rules. I hope you will answer truthfully so that this committee will not be forced to cite you in contempt. Ganun lang po. Aside from Acosta and Ortoño, the panel previously cited for contempt former Education Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajarda and her husband, former Department of Education official Edward Fajarda. Lawmakers believe the 4 OVP personnel can address questions regarding allegedly anomalous transactions of Vice President Sara Duterte's office, particularly regarding the confidential fund usage. Earlier, the committee unearthed another issue with acknowledgement receipts for confidential expenditures, as there were 2 different ARs signed by a single person, but showed different handwriting and signature styles. Lanao del Sur 1st District Representative Zia Alonto Adiong showed 2 ARs for CS, 1 for the OVP and 1 for the DepEd, which were both received by certain Kokoy Villamin. Villamin said the AR for the OVP CF expenditures last September 17, 2023. The AR for the DepEd CF expenses did not show a date, but it was also signed by Villamin, who appears to be from Ozamis City, Misamis Occidental. Villamin's signature on the OVP AR was longer than the one on the DepEd AR. This is not the first time that the OVP was called out for problems regarding its ARs. During the committee's previous hearing last November 5, Antipolo 2nd District Representative Romeo Aco pointed out to COA that several of the ARs were signed by a certain Mary Grace Piatos, which he says bears a first name similar to a coffee shop, while her last name is a famous potato chip brand. The ARs signed off by Piatos were part of the liquidation reports discussed during the same hearing, referring to the 23.8 million confidential funds covered by 158 receipts. This koolNews was brought to you by Jor A Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas, now with 6,900 stores nationwide to serve you. And Peace and PVC Drugs, serbisyo tapat, alagang sapat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now 6:11 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will return after this break. This koolNews edition was brought to you by Jor A Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katip's Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Neutral Lifestyle Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. MX3 Natural Supplements. Verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3. Tunay. Natural at original. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. And Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high-definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV.
Mommy, may aircon na tayo sa CR?
Safeguard Arctic Fresh lang yan, nak. May cooling bango. At patay ang 99.9% of germs sa tested bacteria. Yung ibang sabon, hanggang lamig lang. Ito, may germ protection.
Oh, Mommy, wag na tayo bibili ng iba, ha? Dito lang tayo sa Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Shoo away germs. Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Germs off, air can cool on.
Results may vary.
Yo, it's the saint himself, Dwight Ramos.
Hey yo, Jeremiah, what are you having?
Alam mo na, yung primera klase.
Primera Light Brandy.
Primera Classic Night.
From Spain, award-winning premium blend.
Smooth. Now this is our Primera Classic Brandy. Primera Light Brandy. Dahil Primera Classica.
Drink responsibly.
Babala sa publiko. Pinababatid ng National Telecommunications Commission o NTC sa publiko na may natatanggap itong mga ulat tungkol sa mga taong nagpapanggap di umano na tauhan o empleyado ng NTC. Ayon sa ilang ulat na natatanggap ng NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, ang mga scammer ay tumatawag sa biktima at tatakutin na ang numero nito ay sangkot sa isang scam. Ang nasabing biktima ay hihikayatin na magbigay ng pera upang hindi na masampahan ng kasong kriminal at matanggal sa listahan ng mga nang-i-scam ang numero nito. Madiin na ipinapaalahanan ng NTC ang publiko na ibayong mag-ingat mula sa ganitong uri ng modus. Ito ay isang uri din ng scam at hindi lehitimo ang mga tawag na ito. Kung may impormasyon sa ganitong uri ng scam, maaaring ipaalam sa NTC upang magawan agad ng karampatang aksyon. Pagbigay alam ang ganito o iba pang uri ng mga scam sa mga susunod na opisyal na mekanismo ng NTC. Complaint links sa www.ntc.gov.ph. Mag-email sa contratextcam@ntc.gov.ph. Consumer@ntc.gov.ph. Pagtawag sa 1682 24/7 Consumer Hotline at sa mga numerong 892-04464, 892-67722, and 892-13251 mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Nagpapasalamat ang NTC sa mga miyembro ng publiko na nagpabatid tungkol sa nasabing uri ng panloloko.
1, 2, 3. Ano ba yan? Ang daming insects? Gastos na naman sa dami ng insecticide spray na kakailanganin.
Don't worry, Mommy. With Baygon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, zero lang ang mahalaga.
Zero ba? Dahil liwak ng mga insekto. Zero harm. Safe ang buong family mo. Zero chances of pest disease. Kaya bato ng products mo.
With Baygon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, hindi lang 7, hindi lang 8, kundi 11 insects ang kayang patayin nito.
Zero tolerance. sa mga insekto.
Vitamin Shield Protector!
Multi-insect killer.
Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa hiraramba. Extra busog sa crispy chicken fillet meal at crispy chicken fillet ala king meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it. A morning cup of soup? Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit. Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin. Great with bread too. Ohio Soup and Go. Ajinomoto.
With Sprite, kayang-kaya mo yan. Cool ka lang, cool ka lang. Steady ka lang muna, mag-Sprite ka lang dyan.
Te, pabili po ng dalawang Nor Chicken Cubes.
O, eto.
Ha? Isa lang po to ah.
Doble yan.
Ang Nor Cubes ay may doble-doble. Nor Cubes doble. 2 for 10 lang yan. Sulit na sulit. Mapapaulit. Nor Cubes doble.
Ang sarap-sarap ng doble-doble with Nor Cubes Doble Pack. 2 cubes for 10 pesos SRP lang.
Also available in pork.
Promo lasts from January 2, 2024 to January 1, 2025 per DOH FDA CRR permit number 1589 series of 2023.
Mga kumares! Gimpos Romana po! In-mega mackerel na! Malinaw na! Mega mackerel! Malaman pa! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para igulam araw-araw! I-mega mackerel na! Gusto ko sinigang! Mega mackerel! Sarsyado o adobo! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para igulam araw-araw! I-mega mackerel na! I-mega mackerel na!
Saktong tapang sarap na ang Nescafe Classic dahil pinagsama ang tapang ng dark roast beans at sarap ng light roast beans sa bawat higop. Sarap nga tikman ang Nescafe Classic.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function. With a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Pag crispy pata ang ulam ni Bunso, masakit daw sa ngipin.
Aray!
Pag laging nagtutoothbrush with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection,
Ang tibay ng ngipin ko!
versus non-fluoride calcium carbonate toothpaste, Colgate, ngiping matibay.
Ngiping palaban!
With regular use.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solastomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno ng flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Si Vic Soto po ito. Alam nyo ba, kahit saan ako magpunta sa mundo, ang tanging tinatanggap na premium quality elastomeric paint ay yung gawa sa 100% acrylic. Hindi namumulbos, di basta kumukupas ang kulay, pangmatagalan. Para sa akin, yan ang gold standard. Kaya sa pagbili ng elastomeric paint, siguraduhin yung may tatak na 100% acrylic. Hanapin ang Davis Sun and Rain 100% acrylic elastomeric paint. Basta pintura, hanapin ang tatak Davis.
Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $1399. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply. Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $1399. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply.
Yung oras na, hangout na!
Makitawa.
Timbang ni Chito sa in laban ni Chito umabot sa 300 kilogram.
Makichismis.
So, anong say mo? Tirik sa Mix Channel. Cheat. Next da. Isipin tayo
At makigulo tuwing gabi kasama ang Hangout with Mamoy. Hangout with Mamoy. Lunes hanggang Miyerkules, 8 p.m. at 9:30 p.m.
Ito po ang Hangout with Mamon.
Dito lang sa nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number one sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa! If you're looking to start your day to optimize your healthy lifestyle with proper diet and exercise, MX3 has got you covered. MX3 is a natural food supplement verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen from G. mangostana. It has pure natural xanthones derived from a plant nutrient or a phytonutrient. The xanthones in the tropical fruit Gardnerina mangostana have been identified to have incredible scope of potent human health benefits. You can also get the premium feel of coffee when you top your mornings with their very own MX3 coffee mix. Gathering the same antioxidants, according to the manufacturer, these compounds strengthen the cell walls, help fight against those loose radicals, and prevent infections from taking place. This process, in turn, enhances the immune system of the body and aids the metabolic activity. This remarkable food supplement created a breakthrough in the health well-being of every Filipino. The product created a breakthrough marked for vitality, relief, and protection. Its success in the arena of the Philippine market has attracted to the world. It now permeates in the portfolio of the global souk. MX3 Natural Supplement. Tunay, natural, at original. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's now 6:21 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, and welcome back to Cool News Early Edition. We go back to the national news as United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin III revealed the existence of a U.S. task force Ayungin as Washington continuously vows to prop up Manila in its West Philippine Sea disputes with Beijing. Austin said he met with U.S. service members who are members of this task force as he visited the Command and Control Fusion Center in Palawan Province on Tuesday. Before this, Austin also met with his Philippine counterpart Gilberto Teodoro Jr. at Camp Aguinaldo in Quezon City. They both signed the General Security of Military Information Agreement, a deal allowing the real-time sharing of highly classified intelligence technology between Manila and Washington. I also met with some American service members deployed to U.S. Task Force Ayungin, and I thank them for their hard work on behalf of the American people and our alliances and partnerships in this region, Austin said in a post on X, formerly Twitter, on Wednesday. The task force name refers to the Ayungin Shoal, where the BRP Sierra Madre is aground since 1999. This task force was previously unheard of before Austin's mention of it. My impression is that it's not new but newly public, said West Philippine Sea Monitor and retired U.S. Air Force Colonel Ray Powell in a message to Inquirer.net on Wednesday. Most likely, they want to communicate that the U.S.-Philippine alliance is active and engaged. Powell, who is the program head of Stanford University's Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation, further said. The resupply activity to the BRP Sierra Madre has become one of the flashpoints of tensions between Manila and Beijing. The June 17 rotation and resupply mission in the Ayungin Shoal saw what the Philippine military deemed as looting of its disassembled high-powered guns and even caused the thumb amputation of one of its naval personnel. Such actions are based on Beijing's assertion of sovereignty in almost the entire South China Sea, including most of the West Philippine Sea, even if such a claim has been effectively invalidated by the arbitral award issued in July 2016. This landmark ruling stemmed from a case filed by Manila in 2013, a year after its tense standoff with Beijing over Panatag Shoal, whose lagoon the latter now has effective control of. That incident then prompted a bilateral consultation mechanism between Manila and Beijing, while Washington renewed its offer to escort the ships of its longtime treaty ally during war. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Chief Admiral Samuel Papalo Jr. even said that the Washington's offer of escorting Manila's ships is an entirely reasonable option, with the mutual defense treaty that calls for each other's defense in case of an armed attack. However, Manila stood firm in not letting Washington join its war in Ayungin Shoal. Security expert Chester Cabalza suggested that this may have prompted the revelation of a U.S. task force Ayungin. Even if there is a U.S. task force, Ayunjin, perhaps this is just a contingency measure. Cabasa, president and founder of Manila-based think tank International Development and Security Cooperation, told Inquirer.net on Wednesday. But still, Manila should be firm in its decision to be independent in resolving its issues with Beijing to lessen the tension and resolve maritime differences amicably by the parties involved in the overlapping claims, he continued. Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Marbil said they were calibrating their anti-drug campaign to ensure a humane and rights-based approach. On Wednesday, Marbil told the media the mission is clear: to conduct intensified operations, ensure successful prosecution, and foster public awareness on the harmful effects of drugs in close partnership with our communities. He added, this is not merely a policing effort but a holistic approach aimed at achieving a drug-free Philippines by 2030. The new plan emphasizes specialized training in international collaboration, community engagement, and streamlining cooperation between the national and local governments to maintain public trust. The PNP Drug Enforcement Group was tasked with developing the new approach. Marble added that the plan draws on the hard-earned lessons from the past, acknowledging the sacrifices of thousands of police officers who bore the brunt of enforcement efforts. The National Police Chief distinguished the new plan as a clear strategic direction that aligns with the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s call for a humane and effective approach to solving the drug problem. In his third State of the Nation address last July, Marcos said his administration's anti-drug campaign was bloodless. Researchers at the University of the Philippines Third World Studies Center, however, disputed the claim, saying they tallied around 700 drug-related killings since Marcos assumed office in July 2022. The PNP's recalibration comes after explosive allegations by an ex-police officer that Marcos' predecessor, President Rodrigo Duterte, implemented a system to reward cops for killing drug suspects. At the House of Representatives Quad Committee inquiry that into the anti-drug campaign last October 11, retired Colonel Rohina Garma said that when he rose to power and waged his bloody war on drugs, Duterte tapped National Police Commission Commissioner Edilberto Leonardo to apply the Davao template across the country. Last November 10, amid allegations of a system rewarding cops for killing drug suspects under President Rodrigo Duterte, Marble said that police officers themselves were affected in the line of duty, citing 312 deaths and 974 injuries. Over 12,000 Filipinos, however, were killed in Duterte's brutal anti-drug campaign, 2,555 of which were said to be at the hands of police officers, according to an estimate from the international non-government organization Human Rights Watch. Vice President Sara Duterte on Wednesday refused to comment on the existence of Mary Grace Piatos, an alleged recipient of the part of the confidential funds her office spent in just 11 days in December 2022, as she has not seen the acknowledgement receipts the House was basing it from. Duterte made the pronouncement in connection to the 1 million pesos cash reward placed for anyone who could present Mary Grace Piatos. According to Duterte, the documents the House were citing did not go through her, adding that it was instead directly submitted to the Office of the Vice President's Special Disbursement Officer, SDO Gina Acosta, and then to the Inspection and Control of the Fund Audit Unit of the Commission on Audit. VP Sara said, I have no comment on that because I have not seen the acknowledgement receipt they are talking about, because basically all documents do not go through me and it goes straight to the SDO and submits it to the ICFAU of the CO, said Duterte in a mix of Filipino and English during a press conference. So I will not comment, especially that we do not know how the copies of the acknowledgement receipt were processed or our submissions to the COA to the House of Representatives and who is handling the documents, she added in a mix of Filipino and English. It was during a House Good Government and Public Accountability Committee probe when Piatos' identity was questioned by lawmakers. Piatos' acknowledgement receipt was among the 787 submitted by the OVP to the COA that had no names printed or only had signatures, as well as 302 more than had unreadable or dubiously sounding names. Other receipts had similar sounding names deriving from popular brands such as Nova, Oishi, and Tempura. The COA then confirmed that the deficient receipts were intended to justify a broad range of expenses, including supplies, equipment, and food aid, as well as the purchase of information and rewards, including medicine. Lawmakers then later agreed to chip in for the cash reward to identify Piatos. Major General Antonio Navarrete, commander of the 6th Infantry Division, assumes in as acting capacity as the 19th commander of the Western Mindanao Command. General Romeo Bronner Jr., the Armed Forces Chief of Staff, supervised the official turnover ceremony on Wednesday, November 20, at the open ground grandstand of West Mincom. The incoming commander of Western Mindanao Command has a big shoe to fill in, and we welcome a new commander of West Mincom, Major General Antonio Navarrete, Bronner said in his speech. Di ko na nasabi, acting because you act as the commander already. In fact, nung napipilian kami kung sino ang mag-acting, sinabi ko na si Navarrete na. Designation order, hindi na ako pupunta dito, he added. Navarrete belongs to the Philippine Military Academy or Big Kislahi class of 1990 and known to have a vast combat experience from Kalinga, Apayao in the north, Negros in Visayas and in areas of Basilan, Maguindanao, Cotabato, and Zamboanga Peninsula. We are going to do our best to comply with the marching order to finish the threats and continue to shift to territorial defense, Navarrete said. Since we will be shifting to territorial external defense, we will have the timeline to finish the campaign. Basically, continue lang yan and we will enforce everything. He said he will continue seek the full support and help from the mayors, the communities, civil society, peoples, and non-government organizations in addressing and terminating threats to peace within areas of Western Mindanao Command. Bronner spelled out three major concerns for the new commander. Finish with finality these three groups, continue to shift to territorial defense because next year we are facing another bigger challenge, the midterm elections and the BAR-MM election, whether it pushes or not. Navarrete took the command from Lieutenant General William Gonzalez, who served as the 18th commander of West Mincom. Gonzalez for a year and a month here before he retired on Wednesday, November 20, taking his oath as for service after the change of command. He was a graduate of PMA class 1989. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a minute past 6:30 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will be back after the break as we pass on to the next gap of this news. This is koolNews Early Edition. We will be right back after the break. This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. McDonald's, featuring their McSavers Sulit Busog meals, starting at 99 pesos in all stores nationwide. Prices may vary. Neutral Light Style Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. CFB. Express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB. A member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And TLX Karaoke. Ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan.
New Surf Fapton Fresh and Blue. May 3 times amoy pawis shield. Kaya based on lactase and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf!
Iwasan ang mahabang pila. Ang pandaraya sa buwis, bayan ang maghihinagpis. Tamang buwis ay bayaran sa ikaunlad ng bayan. Lahat tayo ay magtulong-tulong. Paghingi ng resibo ay isulong. Iwasan makandado. Magbayad ng wasto. Sa BIR magparehistro bago magnegosyo para hindi makalaboso. Magbayad ng maaga.
Isang public service announcement mula po sa 11.3 Radyo natin Ujongan at BIR RDO number 35 Romblon.
mga kasangga sa kalusugan, narito ang dagdag kaalaman para manatiling malusog ang ating pangatawan. Hatid sa atin ang Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Para sa inyong kaalaman, ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom ay nagtataglay ng polysaccharide compound na nakatutulong palakasin ang ating immune system. Nakatutulong din upang maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng anumang uri ng tumor. Kapag malakas ang ating immune system, ligtas tayo sa anumang uri ng karamdaman. Kaya naman isa ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom sa tatlong mahalagang natural na sangkap ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Dahil gusto namin na sa bawat paghigop mo ng napakasarap na Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix, kasangga nyo kami sa kalusugan. Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Ang sarap ng natural.
Sa bawat unos, may kalakip na pag-asa. Sa bawat pagsubok, may bagong simula. Para sa mga SMEs, kooperatiba, korporasyon o power utility na apektado ng sakuna, naririto ang Land Bank Cares Plus program para sa inyo. Layunin ng Land Bank na matulungan kayong makaangat at makabalik sa normal ang inyong business operations upang matulungan ang inyong komunidad na makaahon. Ang Land Bank Cares Plus Lending Program ay maaasahang suporta para sa inyong muling pag-angat. For more details, visit the Land Bank Lending Center near you or call 02-8405-700 or visit www.landbank.com. Your future powered by Land Bank.
Worried about ponytail dents, tangles, and frizz? Use Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable every day for 5 times smoother, fragrant hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. Para gandang lugar-ready lahat tayo. Sunsilk.
Power up with Immugene. Maghatag og kalagsik aron perming update gamma kini sa ginseng, noto ginseng ug astragalus nga napamatud-an na nga makapalig-on sa resistensya ug immunity sa lawas. Immugene, your energy and immunity booster. Mapalit sa inyong mga suking butika. Daw approved therapeutically.
Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet Ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Hi, it's Solen.
And Nico Bolsico here.
My family is everything.
They mean the whole world to us.
They inspire us to be our best.
They are our #1 priority. When it comes to our water,
We prioritize exceptional. We only choose Nature Spring distilled drinking water. Distilled through a 12-step process that brings safe, world-class, high-quality drinking water.
is the only water we trust for our family.
After all these years, it's still only Nature Spring distilled drinking water.
Chicken Joy, yes na.
Ang pinakamasarap, bigger na.
Best tasting na, our biggest pa. Ito ang Chicken Joy, yes. Best tasting na, our biggest pa. Ito ang Chicken Joy, yes.
Starts at 82 pesos pa rin. Price varies. Bigger claim is versus previous size. Best tasting claim is based on quantitative brand and product imagery study conducted by SCMI last November 2023.
Sige na, sagutin mo na ako.
Ano ka? Sinuswerte?
Yes! Sa San Miguel Beer, Tansan Katutak Panalo under the crown promo. Uminom at silipin ng Tansan at baka manalo. May 6 na Toyota Zenix HEV, 40 Yamaha NMAX na motor, 250 Samsung A15 smartphones, libo-libong San Miguel Beer shirts, jackets, at libreng beer. Up to 100 million pesos worth of prizes. Sali na sa San Miguel Beer, Tansan Katutak Panalo under the crown promo. Promo from July 1 to December 31, 2024 for DOH FDA CFRR permit number 0646 series of 2024. Drink responsibly.
Looking for home appliances that will satisfy your novel experience? Hisense Philippines Incorporated, maker of Hisense, a global brand leader in household appliances dedicated to enhancing consumers' everyday lives in partnership with Magic Appliance. present High Sensation 2024. High Sensation 2024. It's an exclusive Magic Appliance sensational price down offers and big saving deals that surely you wouldn't miss. High Sensation 2024 proudly introduces Hisense home appliances to every Kasamak home, such as refrigerators, air conditioners, and washing machines. Now available at Magic Appliance stores at very affordable prices. Get your Hisense home appliances now at Magic Appliance High Sensation 2024 from October 15 to November 30, 2024 only. High Sensation 2024 is exclusively brought to you by Hisense Philippines Incorporated and Magic Appliance. Magaandang buhay! High Sensation 2024 per DTI Fair Trade Permit Number R1-141 and R1-142 Series of 2024.
Pare, alam mo ba pag may diabetes, humihina ang immune system. Kaya sabi ng mga pro, araw-araw mag-Immune Pro.
The only one with Zinc Plus technology. Kaya buo ang vitamin C at zinc at most prescribed by doctors. Tulungang palakasin ang immune system with proper diet and exercise. Magtiwala sa Pro. Immune Pro.
Unilab yan. Sodium ascorbate plus zinc is the generic name of Immune Pro. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Now you have a healthier choice. Introducing the new Dunkin' plant-based donuts with 3 flavors to choose from. Mango tart, mango cereal, and nuts. Coconut crunch. Try it now. Available at selected Dunkin' stores nationwide at 50 pesos each.
Hello, welcome to the cafe. How can I assist you today, master?
Vanilla latte and strawberry donuts, please.
Anything else you like? Master?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading this dedicated magazine page. All of there's random technology in the world and into usual pop culture, you know?
Yes, master. All of these are available here in the cafe. In the meantime, would you like to listen to on our owner's podcast?
Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to my cafe. Good day everyone. How was your evening so far?
This is Ashley's Cafe. Mondays to Thursdays, 6:30 p.m. and Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Only here on Cool FM.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa! It's now 6:42 a.m. Philippines Standard Time, and if you're looking for a final resting place for your loved ones and the heroes of your lives, Himlayang Pilipino Incorporated offers condominiums to Memorial Terraces. HPI is also a all-in-one memorial park when it comes to their products. To their vast inventory, clients have the freedom to choose a forever home for departed loved ones. The Himlayang Pilipino also commits to providing a various type of quality service for your departed beloved. They also keep in mind the love they have for you as they join you during this hard journey. They also have they also have a chapels available for premium memorial services offered at the Tahanang ng Alaala. For inquiries, you can visit thehimlayangpilipino.org or you can contact them at 0917-1306-930, or you could head to their office at the Triumph Buildings, 1610 Quezon Avenue, Quezon City, in their Memorial Park office at the Himlayang Road, Barangay Pasuntamo, Tandansora, Quezon City. And you can also follow their social media pages at facebook.com/Himlayang Pilipino Incorporated and on Instagram, HPI Memorial Park. Okay, so I think we also have Cairo in the booth today. Any news for us? Good morning.
Good morning, Dream Car. As we are approaching.
No, I'm not Dream Car. I'm not Dream Car. Ay, nalutang na pala.
I mean, I am on the logo for you.
Kulang yan sa kape.
Sorry. I just
Okay lang yan.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good morning.
Steven. So as we get into the top of the round headlines from me, the House panel is investigating the expenditures of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education. The latter, when it was still headed by, also by Vice President Sara Duterte, heard new testimonies that raised more questions on how they had used confidential funds. This was on top of the challenge of verifying the receipts earlier presented by the OVP to explain how it used 125 million pesos in just 11 days in 2022. In the sixth hearing conducted on the matter by the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, lawmakers tried to piece together where the OVP Special Disbursing Officer Gina Acosta could have possibly kept 125 million pesos in confidential funds out of the check she cashed every quarter with the land bank of the Philippines branch on Shop Boulevard, Mandaluyong City. They also learned that a former SDO, Edward Farjada, this time of DepEd, managed to go to as many as 26 places around the country, supposedly in a single day, to give out rewards, pay for information, or settle safe house rentals using DepEd's 112.5 million pesos confidential fund. Despite earlier invitations, Ascota and Farjada have yet to attend the inquiry, prompting the committee to cite them and condemn and order their arrest. Gian Apada, former branch operations of LPP Shao, testified that Acosta made 4 withdrawals amounting to 125 million pesos between December 2022 and September 2023. Apaya said Acosta, who came with several companions, carried the money in 3 or 4 large gym bags, each carrying between 25 million pesos and 30 million pesos. The LPP officer described the transactions as unusual because of the large sums involved. The cash was released over the counter and no special arrangements were released for it. Apaya said after the deputy majority leader and Iloilo Representative Janet De Garin asked whether additional security was provided for the withdrawals. We have no memorandum of agreement with OVP, so the cash was only given over the counter, she added. For the use of the armored vehicle to deliver such huge amounts to clients, a memorandum of agreement was required, she added. Another LPP officer, Nanita Camposano of the DepEd branch, recalled that Farjada used 2 gym bags in withdrawing 32.5 million pesos each in 3 quarterly transactions in 2023. Taking questions from Manila Representative Joe Chua, the committee chair, OVP Administrative and Finance Service Director Rosalie Sanchez said she was not privy to where Ascota kept the money withdrawn from LPP shop. Default at the OVP cash division was only for petty cash, payroll, and allowance, she added. She said it was possible that Acosta took the money home or kept it in her office since it was an SDO's responsibility to keep it safe. Meanwhile, Representative Roman Rodrigo Gutierrez of One Rider Party List wondered how Farjada managed to travel to 26 places in a day to personally disperse confidential funds in the first 3 quarters of 2023 based on a certification that the DepEd official had submitted to the Commission on Audit. The lawmaker said that on March 15, 2023, Farjada supposedly made 26 disbursements in the following locations, which are Davao del Sur, Surigao del Sur, Oriente Mindoro, Laguna, Zamboanga del Sur, Cebu, Ifugao, Antaque, Batanes, Pampanga, Legazpi City, Lanao del Norte, Batangas, Tarlac, Metro Manila, Samar, Davao del Oro, Agusan del Norte, Cavite, and Surigao del Norte. Here, we can see in DepEd that it seems to be really an impossibility, Gutierrez said. Also in the hearing, Assistant Majority Leader and Lanao del Sur, Zia Alontos Dong, said the OVP and DepEd submitted nearly 4,500 acknowledgement receipts to the COA to explain how they used a total 612.5 million pesos in confidential funds from the last quarter of 2022 to the 3rd quarter of 2023. There were 2,670 ARs from the OVP and 1,820 ARs from DepEd, Adong said, but many of them had no printed names or only had signatures. Some had names that appeared 2 to 3 times in receipts coming from both agencies. One name, Koga Vilmin, appeared in both the OVP and DepEd receipts but had different signatures, he said. The committee has referred the acknowledgement receipts to the Philippine Statistics Authority to have the names updated. Samples have also been sent to the National Bureau of Investigation to check if the different signatures, based on the handwriting, were actually just made by a single person. The Quezon City Police District announced on Wednesday the seizure of over 2 million pesos worth of illegal drugs. The QCPD Batasan Police Station 6 carried out the bypass operation on Tuesday on Commonwealth Avenue in Barangay Batasan Hills, Quezon City. A police officer posted as a buyer and purchased 48,000 pesos worth of drugs from the suspect, identified as 29-year-old Loman Lucero, the QCPD said. Lucero was arrested after the transaction. He ordered 300 grams of shabu valued at 2.0 billion pesos and 140 grams of high-grade marijuana cash believed to be worth 240,000 pesos. Lucero will be charged for violating the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Some 10.8 million mobile numbers have been blacklisted, while another 2.3 million SIM or subscriber identity module cards have been deactivated this year on suspicions that were being used in cyber fraud, according to the Department of Information and Communications Technology. At the Senate plenary budget deliberations early Wednesday, the DICT said the National Telecommunications Commission had also blocked more than 2.2 billion text messages that were sent by scammers involved in various fraudulent activities. Senator Sherry Cachillian, who spoke on behalf of the DICT as sponsor of its budget request of 7.8 billion pesos for 2025, said this followed the NTC's instruction for telcos to be very strict in issuing SIM cards. The NTC is doing its share to make sure that text blast, or spam as we call it, will be reduced. Cachillian told Senator Risa Ontiveros during her interpellation of the DICT's proposed spending plan. The good thing is that the NTC managed to block a lot of SIM cards and prevented spamming and scamming from happening, he added. According to the lawmaker, the state regulator has already directed telcos to upgrade the technology to detect fraudulent registration of SIM cards, pointing out that the National Bureau of Investigation had previously shown that it was able to register a SIM card using a photo of a monkey. The system that the telcos are using is very primitive, so NTC released several memos to telcos directing them to use the latest technology to detect fraud and fake identities, he pointed out. Ontiveros said Republic Act No. 10175, or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, finalizes computer-related crimes such as forgery, fraud, and identity theft. She said the law also created the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, an attached agency of the DICT, to craft the country's cybersecurity program and lead the government's operations against cybercrimes. But that scams pretending to be messages sent by banks at e-wallets persist, Ontiveros lamented. I thought it was bad enough that a blind person could get a driver's license. It's worse that a monkey has been issued with a SIM card, she said. Although some of us might look like gorillas, telcos should be able to detect a gorilla even if they are using a low technology system, she added. To prepare for online registration, Cachillian said the NTC required mobile phone users to upload live selfie pictures in validating the SIM cards. He said the use of stock selfie photos has been disallowed to ensure that the registrant was a living person. The senator added that the CICC, meanwhile, has participated in the government's efforts to locate and shut down scam hubs masquerading as Philippine offshore gaming operators. The center was instrumental in the closure of 11 scam facilities, which were raided with the help of the NBI and the Philippine National Police, Cachillian said. They have the technology to detect scam hubs in the country, and they also have the hotline that people can call and report to this type of scamming operation, he said. The DICT earlier reported an increase in scam messages that now intimate legitimate advisories from popular e-wallet services such as GCash and Maya. CICC Executive Director Alexander Ramos also warned against phishing scams disguised as e-wallet providers and urged the public to verify messages and avoid clicking on suspicious links to protect themselves from fraud. Early this month, the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group warned consumers against text scams that emerge with legitimate message threats, making it increasingly challenging for account holders to distinguish between genuine message and fraudulent walks. If you receive a message with links pretending to be from a bank or financial institution, it is likely a spoofing scam. In this type of scam, cybercriminals fake an email address, phone number, or website to make it look like it is from a processed source. They use malicious software to make their message appear real. HCG officer in charge, Colovina Guzman, said. She added that staying vigilant in all online transactions is essential, as scammers are as expected to be on the prowl for victims, particularly this Christmas holidays. She said, always verify transactions directly with your bank or financial institution. Remember, Think before you click to avoid falling victim to tax scams. The Court of Tax Appeals has ordered the Venezuela city government to refund 3.81 billion pesos in taxes erroneously collected from North Luzon Expressway Corporation, where revenues it generated from highway signs and billboards from 2012 to 2019. In its November 18 decision, the court's second division partially found merit in NLEX Corp's petition to review the March 2023 decision of the Caloocan City Regional Trial Court that denied the company's business tax refund claim. Also implemented in the case where Venezuela City Treasurer Adela Soriano and Ulysses Gallego, the officer in charge of the city's business permit and license office. They were both tagged as the city officials who supposedly conducted the tax assessment on the signatures the company maintained on the expressway. While the tax appellate court reversed the lower court's ruling and asserted that NLEX Corp was entitled to a tax refund for signature service and corresponding interest, it excluded a refund for other charges not considered local taxes, citing the Republic Act No. 1125 or the CTA's charter. The other charges are mere regulatory fees and not taxes, hence the court has no jurisdiction to rule on the refundability of the same, the CTA said in the decision penned by Associate Justice Corazon Federer Flores. This meant that only 3,814,290.27 million pesos representing signature service, surcharge, and interest and tax credited were allowed for tax returns from the original total of 3,841,779.85 pesos in tax collections that NLEX Corporation had claimed from the city government. In granting the local business tax refund, the tax court noted that the tollways operators advising advertising installation in Venezuela City do not operate as branch, sales outlet, or warehouse where financial transactions are conducted. Instead, activities for the sales and booking of revenue for financial transactions of the signatures and billboards are handled at the NLEX main office in Balintawak, Caloocan City. Eventually, any and all local business taxes due thereon should accrue to Caloocan City, where its principal office is located, in accordance with Section 150 of the Local Government Code of 1991, said the CTA. It noted that city officials were not able to present evidence to prove otherwise. And a group of consumers on Wednesday asked a Manila court to nullify certain provisions of the congressional agreement for Ninoy Aquino International Airport public-to-private partnership project and the hikes in fees imposed by the Manila International Airport Authority. In the 57-page petition for declaratory relief submitted to the Manila Regional Trial Court, the petitioners argued that some provisions of the concession agreement and the 2024 MIAA revised Administrative Order No. 1 were contradictory to law, arbitrary, and discriminatory. The petitions included Consumers Union Philippines Incorporated and lawyers Rodel Tanton, Samson Tan, Vanessa Marie Oyos, Janica Jujan, and Clifford Tanton. They said the case was not a move against development and better services for the country's main gateway, but a decisive action by and for consumers. Named respondents in the case were the Department of Transportation, DOTR, MIAA, New Naya Infra Corp, and the Office of the Solicitor General. The petitioners sought judicial notification of Section 1.1 of the Concession Agreement and Sections 4.2, 4.2.1, and 5.4 of the 2024 revised MIAA-AO, saying these violate Republic Act No. 11966 or the Public-to-Private Partnership Code of the Philippines. The said sections address adjustments in non-regulated fees and charges to be levied by the airport operator, but the petitioners said these would be set according to the concession agreement without requiring the administrative process. They argued that there was no provision for non-regulated rates under the PPP code and that it does not grant agencies like DOTR and MIAA the authority to give private partners the brutal power to set any rates or charges. The group also called the rates imposed by the 2024 MIAA revised AO unjust and unreasonable, citing as examples the overnight vehicle parking rate, which went up from 300 pesos to 1,200 pesos, and aircraft landing and takeoff fees, which would more than triple once concession operations at NAIA begin. The MIAA, which now serves as NAIA regulator, declined to comment because it has yet to get a copy of the petition. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 7 as we are about to approach 7 a.m. hour of koolNews Early Edition. You are listening and watching right here on koolNews Early Edition.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
It is exactly 7, and if you have just joined us to start with your top of the run headlines, a little bit to you all. And I am my name is Kyle. We'll be here up to 9 a.m. to serve with the latest news headlines along with the headlines from yesterday that you need to know. As Russia's invasion of Ukraine entered its 1,000th day, President Marcos expressed his desire to see comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in Ukraine, as he reaffirmed his support for the Eastern European nations' sovereignty and independence. In a post on X, Marcos said the Philippines considered Ukraine a valued partner in reference to the 32 years of diplomatic ties between the two countries that began on April 7, 1992. It is our hope that we will see comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in Ukraine. Ukraine is our valued partner, and our relations continue to go from strength to strength, the president said. He also cited his productive meeting with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky on June 3, where he reiterated the country's unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity. Marcos made the remarks as Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine entered its 1,000th day on Tuesday. On the same day, Zelensky virtually addressed a special session of the European Parliament and urged Europe to push Russia harder, adding that the more time that Russian President Vladimir Putin has, the worse the conditions become. Zelensky also vowed never to surrender to Russia, amid Moscow's claim that Ukraine used long-range missiles from the United States to strike a military arsenal in Russia's Brest-Sankt border region earlier this week. In June, Zelensky stopped by Manila for a one-day working visit and thanked Marcos for the Philippines' big work and quick position on Russia's invasion of Ukraine's territories. In 2023, the Philippines renewed its call for Russia and Ukraine to settle the conflict through diplomacy. It also consistently voted in favor of the United Nations resolution on Ukraine that called for a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in Ukraine, and affirmed its support for Ukraine's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence. Zelensky also thanked the president for the country's participation in the peace summit held in Switzerland and informed Marcos of Ukraine's plan to open an embassy in Manila within the year. Some Philippine offshore gaming operators were trying to circumvent the total ban imposed by the government on their operations by disguising themselves as residents and resorts. Interior Secretary Juanito Victor Remula told members of the Commission on Appointments on Wednesday. At his confirmation hearing, Remula verified information that certain local companies were defying the president's directive to shutter their businesses by the end of the year. Fielding questions from Senator Rizal Tiveros, the head of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, underscored the importance of close coordination between law enforcement agencies and local government units in implementing the nationwide POGO ban. Tiveros, who earlier led a series of Senate inquiries into POGO-related crimes, noted that people behind some of these gambling hubs had decentralized the operations by funding out smaller facilities. The ban on Bocos was ordered by Marcos after authorities found out that many of these establishments, which were supposed to cater to veterans abroad, particularly China, were involved in serious crimes, including killings, kidnappings, torture, and human trafficking. The biggest disguise that they are not doing now is that they are applying as resorts and restaurants removal of the veterans. He cited the August 31 raid of the Bureau of Immigration and Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission on the resort in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu Province, which turned out to be a front for a more than 160 foreigners were taken into custody during the operation, which also became the subject of the Senate investigation. I think the last case in Lapu-Lapu showed it very clearly that when PAOCC raided the premises, the restaurant, the hotel, and the bar were just fronts. It was a guerrilla pogo operation, Guerrilla said. The PAOCC, he noted, later announced that some individuals behind the Lapu-Lapu Pogo were also involved in the sprawling Pogo complex in Porok, Pampanga, which the government shut early this year over alleged illegal activities such as scams, kidnapping, and human trafficking. Oliver then pointed out that PAOCC had disclosed that over 300 Pogo hubs were still conducting clustering operations even after Mr. Marcos announced the ban during his third State of the Nation address on July 22. But how do you handle these scam hubs that don't bother applying for business permits? She asked Remula. In response, the DILG chief said that's the function of intelligence and the special units of the Philippine National Police and the National Bureau of Investigation, pursue, investigate, and prosecute them. There's no one formula, he later told reporters. You cannot say that it's just the PNP's or LGU's concern. It should be a concerted effort involving everyone. Rumula warned local officials that they may face charges for the failure to ensure the implementation of the President's order, reiterating that it was the responsibility of LGUs to inspect establishments applying for permits. He said he would issue a memorandum circular instructing local officials to regularly inspect all private facilities in their areas. The CAB will approve Remula's designation as the 28th Secretary of the DILG. Remula has extensive experience in local government and administration, which I am sure will give him a better understanding of the issues and challenges confronting our LGUs today, since Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri will preside over the confirmation proceedings. And the Filipino peso sank. Yes, let's get into the business. The Philippine peso sank to its lowest level in over 2 years on Wednesday to close a few centavos away from the record of 59, overpowered by a rallying dollar that drew its strength from fresh developments following Donald Trump's U.S. election win. The local currency finished at 58.91 against the greenback, shedding 10 centavos from its previous closing of 58.81. Data showed this was the peso's weakest close in 25 months, or since ending at 58.94 on October 20, 2022. The local unit's worst showing yesterday stood at 925, inching close to the record low level of 59. Trading was also heavy, with funds worth $1.1 billion switching hands. A foreign exchange trader said the peso was trumped by a strong dollar that continued to enjoy inflows and amid new post-election developments in the United States. The peso weakened near the 59 after President-elect Trump added former Federal Reserve official Kevin Warsh as a candidate for Treasury Secretary. This move is widely viewed as supportive of his alternative approach to the U.S. Central Bank, falling in line with the U.S. economic plans of Trump, the trader said. Separately, Michael Ricafort, chief economist at Bristol Commercial Banking Corporation, said heightened tensions between Russia and Ukraine push up safe haven demand for the greenback, thereby pressuring the peso. Ukraine carried out its first strike with U.S. missiles in Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin pushed ahead with the pledge to update Russia's nuclear doctrine to expand the conditions for using atomic weapons, Ricafort said. Some analysts had flagged the risk of a rate cutting caused by the Banco de Centro ng Pilipinas should the peso remain under pressure. Unlike in the United States, where a slowing job market had prompted the U.S. Federal Reserve to deliver a jumbo 50 basis point cut in September, the BSP entered its easing era in August with the traditional quarter-point reduction to the policy rate. In October, the BSP cut the policy interest rate by 25 basis points again to 6%, with Governor Ali Ramon Jr. dropping clear hints of additional but gradual easing moves under the key rate falls to 4.5% by the end of 2025. But this week, Remoulon followed the possibility of easing pause at the December 19 meeting of the Monetary Board, citing persistent price pressures. To prevent the peso from weakening too much and funding inflation, the PSP chief said the central bank had been intervening in the foreign exchange market recently amid in small amounts. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to head into the break, we would like to note that this newscast is sponsored by Joy A Supermarket, Katip's Hot Dog, and other respective sponsorships. So yes, we thank you to these sponsors for making this newscast possible. It is almost it is now 7:10 it is now 7:10 a.m. as we will return with more news headlines that you need to know right here on Cool News Early Edition. So stay along with us, we'll be right back.
This Cool News edition was brought to you by Joy A Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katip's Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Neutral light style low-fat milk powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. People's Bank. Equal banking for the Filipino people. People's Bank of the Philippines is a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Venom Powered Shit Energy Drink with Malunggay. And Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated.
Hindi magpapahuli ang EXL Makabuhay Plus Dietary Capsule. Ito ay gawa sa mga piling sangka tulad ng makabuhay, moringa, neem, guyabano, luya, bawang, cinnamon, turmeric, mangosteen, serpentina, oregano, lagundi, vitamin C, sodium ascorbate at B-complex vitamins. Kaya sa pagtahak ng ating mga pangarap, siguraduhin alagaan ang iyong kalusugan. Maabot mo pa ba ang pangarap mo? Kung may sakit ka na, stay healthy with proper diet and exercise. Kasama ang EXL Makabuhay Plus Capsule. Kahit gaano kahirap ang iyong pinagdadaanan ngayon, huwag kang bibitaw. Laban lang. Go for health. Go for life. With EXL. May buhay sa makabuhay.
Lumakas at gumandang pakiramdam ni Kuya Manuel Serratero.
Manuel Serratero. Ako po ay 68 na. Mataas na gulo, Talagan, Talatagan, Batangas. Pagkatapos ko mag-almusal sa umaga, ako po iniinom ng Marasapsul Plus C. Ganito, gumanda ang aking pakiramdam. Bilis kong nalalabas yung aking dino. Ang taba pa hindi na aking pagpulong at sumaka sa aking katawan. Kaya po kayong mga nakikinig sa akin ngayon, naman po tayo ng Marasapsul Plus C dahil napakaganda po ng resulta sa katawan.
Ano pang hanap mo, kasangga? Bumili na sa pinakamalapit na botika o drugstore dito sa inyong lugar.
Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa crispy chicken fillet meal at crispy chicken fillet a la king meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Mabusugera.
Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024. Per DTI FTEB number 199284, series of 2024. Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024. Per DTI FTEB number 199284, series of 2024.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solasomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Kung pagpipiliin kung anong kakainin. Gulay ang aking tanging bilhin. Perting repolyo at carrots, mas sustansyang talaga. Broccoli at cauliflower, puno ng vitaminas. Saro, bell pepper at saka sayote. Masarap na iulam, champion na putahe. Mabuti sa katawan, the best sa isipan. Mga gulay ang superstar sa aming kainan. Tara na't kumain at tangkilikin. Gulay na nakahain, huwag palalampasin. Sanayo di pa, puno-puno ng sustansya. Gulay number 1.
Ang mensaheng ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Agriculture at ng hipilang ito.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
1, 2, 3. Ano ba yan? Ang daming insects? Gastos na naman sa dami ng insecticide spray na kakailanganin.
Don't worry, mommy. With Baygon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, zero lang ang mahalaga.
Zero ba? Dahil iwak ang mga insekto. Zero harm. Safe ang buong family mo. Zero chances of pest disease. Kaya bato ng products mo.
With Baygon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, hindi lang 7, hindi lang 8, kundi 11 insects ang kayang patayin nito.
Zero tolerance sa mga insekto.
Baygon Shield Protector!
Multi-insect killer.
D3 Bio. Babalik-balik na tarkaso at lamda, mag-D3 Bio ka na sa gana sa lauric acid na kinukonvert na katawan sa monolaurine na mas potent na antiviral agent. D3 Bio, panglaban mo sa viral na nagdudulot ng pabalik-balik na tarkaso at lamda. D3 Bio. D3 Bio, ang extra virgin coconut oil na may vitamin D3. Ang vitamin D3 na may extra virgin coconut oil. Mabibili sa mga suki ninyong butika nationwide. Dito na tayo sa subok na D3 Bio.
Come on and celebrate, celebrate Christmas, celebrate Christmas, celebrate, celebrate Christmas, celebrate Christmas. It's the happiest month to be, perfect for all, for you and for me. Joy from season one and all, celebrate Christmas at SM Malls, celebrate Christmas at SM Malls.
Ay, bakit kaya may sakit na naman siya?
Mga kababayan, ang pagbabakuna ay subok, epektibo at ligtas na proteksyon na ating katawan laban sa mga sakit. Simula sa ika-7 ng Oktubre, sa pagtutulungan ng Department of Health at ng Department of Education, maaari nang makapagbakuna ng libre sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Sa isang bagong Pilipinas, bawat buhay mahalaga.
Mga kumares! Dimples Romana po! In-mega mackerel na! Malinaw na! Mega mackerel! Malaman pa! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para iulam araw-araw! In-mega mackerel na! Biste ko sinigang! Mega mackerel! Sarsyado o adobo! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para iulam araw-araw! In-mega mackerel na! In-mega mackerel na!
Fofo, I think we really need to buy a chest freezer for the meat ng samgyup business natin.
Oo nga eh. Pero ano bang magandang chest freezer na bilhin?
Siyempre naman, Dowell. Sa Dowell Inverter Chest Freezer, meron na siyang dual function. Chiller and freezer at the same time. Tapos inverter pa, kaya matipid sa kuryente. Son ka pa?
Talagang pang your business edge ang Dowell, no? Tara G, let's buy one from the nearest store.
Get your Dowell Inverter Chest Freezer in stores near you.
And join the switch to Dowell Inverter Series.
Dowell, Dowell, Dowell.
This is Mikael Daez.
And this is Megan Young for
Dowell, bring goodness to life.
Hello, welcome to the cafe. How can I assist you today, Master?
Vanilla latte and strawberry donuts, please.
Anything else you like? Master?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading this dedicated magazine page. All of there's random technology in the world and into usual pop culture, you know?
Yes, Master. All of these are available here in a cafe. In the meantime, would you like to listen to on our owner's podcast?
Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to my cafe. Good day, everyone. How is your evening so far?
This is Asier's Cafe. Mondays to Thursdays, 6:30 p.m. and Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Only here on Cool FM.
Long oras na, hangout na!
Makitawa.
Timbang ni Chito sa weigh-in laban ni Chito umabot sa 300 kilogram.
Makichismis.
So, anong say mo? Direct sa Mix Channel. Cheat. Next ga. Easy.
At makigulo tuwing gabi kasama ang Hangout with Mamoy. Hangout with Mamoy. Lunes hanggang Miyerkules, 8 p.m. at 9:30 p.m.
Ito po ang Hangout with Mamon.
Dito lang sa nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Ang paboritong evening tambayan ng bawat kalamaw. Napapakinggan at napapanood pa sa radyo. Sa bagong oras dito na 9:30 p.m. Tuloy pa rin ang saya.
Ito ang
With Master Jail. Tuwing Sabado dito lang sa Cool FM.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number one sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back to koolNews Early Edition. We have 10 minutes before the clock hits 7:30 as we will be passing on to DJ Steven Lunontoso for more news headlines from him. Okay, so let's continue what we have here. The House of Representatives has passed on third and final reading of bill promoting integration of jobs for senior citizens and sparing them from government fees if they're seeking employment. House Bill number 10985, or the employment opportunities for senior citizens and private entities in incentives, passed with 173 affirmative votes during Tuesday's plenary sessions. If enacted, the measure anchored by senior citizens Representative Ardolfo Ordanes, APAC Representative Sergio Dabcoxe, Bulacan Representative Salvador Prieto Sr. would amend the current law for senior citizens, Republic Act No. 7432, in place 1992. It can benefit at least 10 million senior citizens, said Ordanes, the lead author of the bill. Under the measure, the Department of Labor and Employment is required to provide information and job-serving services to senior citizens who still have the capacity and desire to work. House Bill 10985 also makes a list of possible jobs for seniors, including electrical or secretarial work, consultancy, cleaning, or janitorial services, event organizing, teaching, kitchen help, sales assistants, BPOs or business process outsourcing, and other jobs of volunteer works. Private companies hiring seniors shall be entitled to an additional deduction from the gross income tax if 25% of the total amount paid as salaries, benefits, and training as for senior citizens. The proposed law also prohibits all government agencies from charging fees to senior citizens for documents such as birth certificate, police clearance, medical certificate required for their employment. Ordanes expressed hope that the Senate, which still does not have a counterpart bill, will adopt House Bill 10985 and forward with our assurance to all the senators that the House thoroughly did its homework on this bill. Speaker Martin Romeo August hailed the passage of the bill, saying it's about time we help ensure automatic employment allocation for Filipinos aged 60 years old and above. Senior citizens should also be given the opportunity to be given post-retirement careers, like for example doing manual jobs that are not physically strenuous. Let's allow them to be super productive citizens of the country. If advanced economics can do it, why can't we? As we an Indian businessman who is one of the world's richest people has been indicted in the U.S. on charges he took to investors by concealing that an alleged bribery scheme was facilitating his company's huge solar energy project on the subcontinent. Gautam Adani, 62, was charged in an indictment until Wednesday with securities fraud and conspiracy to commit securities and wire fraud. The case involves a corrective arrangement for Adani Green Energy Ltd and another firm to sell 12 gigawatts of solar power to the Indian government and up to millions of homes and businesses. The indictment portrays Adani and his co-defendants as playing two sides of the deal. It accuses them of portraying us and above board to Wall Street investors who poured several billion dollars into the project. But in India, they were paying or planning to pay about $265 million in bribes to government officials in exchange for billions of dollars worth of contracts and financing. Adani and his co-defendants allegedly sought to obtain and finance massive state energy supply contracts through corruption and fraud at the expense of U.S. investors, Deputy Assistant Attorney General Lisa Miller said. In a parallel civil action, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission accused Adani and two co-defendants of violating anti-fraud provisions of U.S. securities laws. The regulator is seeking monetary penalties and other sanctions. Both cases were filed in federal court in Brooklyn. Adani's co-defendants include his nephew Sagar Adani, the executive director of Adani Green Energy Sport, and Vinod Jain, who was the company's chief executive from 2020 to 2023 and remains managing director of its board. Online court records did not list lawyers who could speak on the defense's behalf. An email message seeking comment was left with an arm of Adani's company, the Adani Group. Sanjay Watwa, the acting director of the SEC's enforcement division, said Gautam and Sagar Adani are accused of persuading investors to buy their company's bonds but misrepresenting not only that Adani Green had lost anti-bribery compliance program, but also that the company's senior management had not and would not pay or promise to pay bribes. Adani is a powerful player in the world's most populous nation. He built his fortune in coal business in the 1990s. The Adani Group grew to involve many aspects of Indian life, from making defense equipment to building roads to selling oil. In recent years, Adani has made big moves into renewable energy, embracing a philosophy of sustainable growth reflected in its slogan, "Growth with Goodness." Last year, a US-based financial research firm accused Adani and his company of present stock manipulation and accounting fraud. The Adani Group called the claims a malicious combination of selective misinformation and still baseless and discredited allegations. The firm in question is known as a short seller, a Wall Street term for traders that essentially bet on the prices of certain stocks to fall, and it had made such investments in relation to the Adani Group. And the first time G20 leaders took to a photo together at the summit in Rio, they forgot Joe Biden. On Tuesday, they had a reshoot with the outgoing US president firmly back in the frame. Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni all missed the photo on Monday due to what US officials called logistical issues. No one was taking any chances the second time around. This time, Biden, attending his final G20 summit ahead of Donald Trump's return to the White House and German party, was given a spot near the middle of the front row of the assembled world leaders. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi grabbed Biden's hand as the US leader stepped onto the stage. Trudeau, who was next to him, chatted with Biden and pointed at him at one moment. Chinese President Xi Jinping entered the conference room at the Rio Art Museum, where the leaders were gathered just over a minute later and took his place. When it was all over, the leaders clapped and held hands. The fulsome show of unity could not have constructed more starkly with the farcical scenes when Biden missed out on the photo a day earlier. Biden had been spotted walking through some palm trees towards the photo op on the Brazilian city's stunning baseline on Monday, while the other leaders were already dispersing after the pictures was snapped. His no-show had seemed to symbolize the 81-year-old's waning influence as the world looks toward looks towards a second-term presidency following the Republicans' sweeping U.S. election win. Throughout a 6-day swing through South America, Biden has been making a last speech for global support on issues from Ukraine and the Middle East to climate change. But his counterparts have often seemed to have their eyes on January, with Xi saying after meeting Biden in Lima last week that he will work for a smooth transition with Trump. Biden has also kept a low media profile and has not taken questions from the media during his trip, despite major developments such as his granting of approval for Ukraine to use long-range US-made missiles to hit Russia. Russian President Minister Sergei Lavrov, attending in place of President Vladimir Putin, who faces an international criminal court warrant over the war in Ukraine, was in a photo on Monday but not on Tuesday. Lavrov said earlier Tuesday that Kiev's first strikes with the missiles marked a new pace, while also urging the West to reach a degree signed by Putin that lowers the threshold for Russian use of nuclear weapons. It is now 7:30 a.m. as we are about to head over to DJ Steven Deluando for more news and headlines. We will be having a break as koolNews Early Edition will return after these messages. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katip's Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap, kids can tell. Neutral Light Style Low-Fat Milk Powder, so good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. Pride Bar Blue, hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. CFB. Express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB. A member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH Network PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows.
Tuhod, siko, baywa, pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalaga ang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Passes the ball, and wow! That's a slam dunk!
Ma, paglaki ko, gusto ko maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, Star Rice at Gulay Kapanak. May Star Margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya rap with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Namiss kita. Ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap-hanap ko. Alam ko you're still the one. Buti na lang, mas affordable na versus previous price. Ang best tasting creamer para sa kape mo. Coffee Mate. Generosity o bukas palad, tatak Pilipino. Sa krisis nagkakaisa, hindi nag-aatubiling tumulong sa kapwa, pagbibigay ng pagkain at pagsasama sa oras ng paghihirap. Magkaroon kayo ng pag-ibig sa isa't isa nang walang pagkukunwari. Roma 12 siyang. Generosity o bukas palad, ikaw ay M Extraordinary Pinoy. Brought to you by MX3 Coffee and Tea.
With Sprite, kayang-kaya mo yan. Cool ka lang, steady ka lang muna, mag-Sprite ka lang dyan.
Mga kumares! Gimpos Romana po! In mega mackerel na!
Malinaw na pa. Mega Mackerel, maraming ways para iulam araw-araw. Mega Mackerel na! Gusto ko sinigang. Mega Mackerel, sarsyado o adobo. Mega Mackerel, maraming ways para iulam araw-araw. Mega Mackerel na! Mega Mackerel na!
Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Minsan sabaw na, feeling. Call someone sweet and refreshing. Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Oh, let's bang araw at ang feeling ay sad. We don't like that. With friends you can refresh, so enjoy lahat. We all like that.
Maria's here. Make life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Available in apple, lemon, and lychee. Drink responsibly.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function with a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Protection
Yakult!
with 8 billion live LCS
Yakult!
that may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult!
Helps improve digestion and boost immunity.
Yakult!
With proper diet and exercise.
Yakult!
Kaya panalo ka dyan.
Barbie Forteza po. And I believe ang taong sa pera ay wais, ang skin pwede pa rin kuminis. And I thank you, Silka Papaya Lotion. Dahil 750 pesos SRP lang, giving na ang papaya enzymes niya. Affordable skincare, di ba? Kaya kung bet mo ay kutis na lit, sa Silka Papaya Lotion kumapit. With regular use, slay it with the skin na giving. Stay lit with Silka. With regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
Pasko na naman! Ang saya at ang sarap ng Pasko ay tulad lang naman ng pagbabago ng kutis ko. Alagang-alaga ako ng gandang natural herbal soap. Kaya naman, ang laki ng pagbabago. Mga kati-kati at tigyawat ay wash out. Kaya ngayong Pasko, sadyang masaya ako. Maggandang natural papaya with tawas and turmeric soaps, kinu-whitening ka na rin, my dear. Available na sa mga botika, drugstores, groceries, Shopee at Lazada.
Welcome Christmas home with holiday cheer. Head to SM Home and shop from our merry selection of delightful decor. From classic Christmas trees to sparkly ornaments, we've got what you need this holiday season at SM Home.
Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolol and hydrochloride malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available, Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults.
May tanong si Simon Rodel. Pare, may insurance plan bang nagbibigay protection sa akin at nag-iipon para sa pag-aaral ng anak ko? Oo naman! Sa Sun Life Grepa, gets ka namin, sagot ka namin. Bayad can avail of Sun Life Grepa policies while in the Philippines.
Si Vic Soto po ito. Alam nyo ba, kahit saan ako magpunta sa mundo, ang tanging tinatanggap na premium quality elastomeric paint ay yung gawa sa 100% acrylic. Hindi namumulbos, di basta kumukupas ang kulay, pangmatagalan. Para sa akin, yan ang gold standard. Kaya sa pagbili ng elastomeric paint, siguraduhin yung may tatak na 100% acrylic. Hanapin ang Davis Sun and Rain 100% acrylic elastomeric paint. Basta pintura, hanapin ang tatak Davis.
Sa likod kan mga kadipisilan, mga nag-aging kalamidad, tensyong pansiguridad, asindaing untot na kariribukan sa bilog na kinaaban. Padagos mo kaming binabantayan. Salamat po ina sa urualdaw mong pagpadangat. Ang bilog na kabikulan, yaon sa pagrangat kan sa imong ngaran. Halik kay Congressman Zaldico, Congressman Jill Bungalon, asin kan bilog na Ako Bicol Party List. Viva la Virgen! Viva Nuestra Señora de Peña Francia!
Yung oras na, hangout na! Makitawa. Timbang ni Chito Sawayin laban ni Chito umabot sa 300 kilogram. Makichismis. So, anong say mo? Tirik sa Mix Channel. Cheat. Next ka. Isipin kahit at makigulo tuwing gabi kasama ang Hangout with Mamoy. Hangout with Mamoy. Lunes hanggang Miyerkules, 8 p.m. at 9:30 p.m. Ito po ang Hangout with Mamoy. Dito lang sa nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Ang paboritong evening tambayan ng bawat kalamaw. Napapakinggan at napapanood pa sa radyo. Sa bagong oras dito na 9:30 p.m. Tuloy pa rin ang saya. Ito ang May Tulugan! With Master Gio. Tuwing Sabado dito lang sa Cool FM. You're listening to Cool FM. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. Nationwide pa!
Good morning. It is now 7:40 a.m. Philippines Standard Time. We get on to the sports news. And of course, I'm yours truly, Stephen Wanag-Sol. Harold Alarcon saved the best for last in the elimination round, typing the season best 33 points in the UAAP Season 87 men's basketball tournament. Alarcon erupted with 16 points in the fourth to finish with a career high and ending the elimination round with 77-67 win over the University of the East on Wednesday at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. The hot shooting guard said he just made up for his bad showing when UP lost 2 of their last 3 assignments. He was 0 of 8 against LaSalle, 77 against 6, and limited to just 2 points in their 67-47 loss in National University. Only 3 players scored 30-plus points this season, with Alarcon tying Kevin Gambao's tournament high. VJ Perez scored 31 points against UST in the second round. Alarcon was relieved to get his groove back before the UAAP Final Four, where the twice-to-beat UP battles the University of Santo Tomas. He is offering the remaining games to graduating player GD Kagulangan. Alarcon is eager to bounce back from their heartbreaking runner-up finishes in the past 2 UAAP finals, but he knows the team has to keep up its emotions in check. It turns out that Gilas Pilipinas coach Tim Cone's wish will actually come to fruition. Just 24 hours before Gilas clashed with New Zealand to open its second window of the 2025 FIBA Asian Cup qualifiers, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas officially installed Al Francis Chua as the national team's program director and team manager. Chua is currently serving as San Miguel's Corporation's sports director, as well as Barangay Ginebra's San Miguel governor and the PBA's vice chairman. Just a few days ago, Cone said he'd love to have Chua's presence on the sidelines again after giving the Gilas some much-needed support during its gold medal run in the 2022 Asian Games. He said he's a special motivator, whether from a management point of view or by sitting on a bench adding to the coaching. He is a tremendous motivator. I feel comfortable around him because I know he has my back all the time, said Cone during a presser in Mandaluyong a few days ago. His impact in the Asian Games where we won gold, I said in the past, was much more responsible in winning that gold than anybody else, myself including Justin. Now Chua will expectedly be watching from the sidelines with a more concrete role as the Philippines aims to punch a ticket for the FIBA Asia Cup. SPP President Alpan Lidio was also in high spirits following the announcement of Gilas' new member on the bench. Panlidio also extended his gratitude to San Miguel Corporation's chairman and CEO Ang for giving his blessing in Chua's appointment. I am very happy that Al Francis is back with Gilas. I work well with him and our only objective is to elevate Philippine basketball, said Panlidio. The SPP also extends our appreciation to San Miguel Corporation Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Ramon Ang for supporting this decision to have Al Francis help this program again. Joe Aliano and his firstborn Primo had father and son bonding as they joined and finished the marathon held in Queenstown, New Zealand. Drew documented the experience through his Instagram page on Tuesday, November 19. The father and son appear to have run under different categories as they had different name and number tags during the race. Primo has a parent caregiver written on it. Not sure if it was the breathtaking snow-capped mountain range and lake views that slowed me down, or the rolling terrain. But one thing is for sure, every second of fame was totally worth it, Drew said in the caption. So don't expect it to set a personal best. Instead, expect the best marathon experience. And what a way to share it with family who raced alongside with me, he added. I'll definitely find another reason to visit you again, Queenstown. Drew and Primo also ran alongside the TV host sibling and a few other friends. Primo is Drew's son with his wife, actress TV host Iana Villana. The couple share three more children together, namely Leon, Alana, and Astro. Villana is currently pregnant with her fifth child. They announced her pregnancy in September and declared that this would be her last one. Earlier this month, Drew and Villana revealed that their fifth child is a girl. Bingo Plus, your comprehensive digital entertainment platform in the country, proudly sponsored the recently concluded 73rd Miss Universe Beauty Pageant. With unwavering support from the organization, the event achieved great heights and success. The Miss Universe is a worldwide phenomenon with its major beauty pageant held every year. Known for its inclusivity, Miss Universe organization promotes and celebrates all cultures, backgrounds, and religions. Likewise, the pageant is also popular in the Philippines, where every household stays up to date with the competition and supports the Philippine representative. This year, Miss Universe Philippines 2024 Chelsea Manalo represented the country in the prestigious pageant. To show encouragement to the beautiful and confident Manalo, Bingo Plus joined the send-off party on October 10, 2024, before she headed to Mexico for competition. During the press conference, Bingo Plus had an exclusive interview with Manalo and expressed her gratitude to Bingo Plus as both a supporter and a sponsor. I would have loved to thank Bingo Plus for the support that they have given me to compete for Miss Universe this time for the 73rd edition. Of course, to my whole supported team behind this lenses, thank you so much. Manalo said with heartfelt emotion, I don't think there's anything more I would like to ask but the prayers and your loud cheers no matter where you are in this country, in the Philippines or anywhere in the world. Universe, rather. Additionally, Bingo Plus served as the official live stream partner in the Philippines for the 73rd Miss Universe preliminaries and national costume. The significant part of the competition was streamed exclusively via the Bingo Plus app and website on November 15, 2024. Moreover, Bingo Plus hosted a watch party for the 73rd Miss Universe preliminaries in national costume at the Diamond Hotel in Manila. Media persons, bloggers, and influencers were invited and attended the watch party. A press conference was also held after. Miss Universe Philippines 2023 Michelle D joined the event and was interviewed exclusively during the press conference. Previous Miss Universe candidates were in attendance and interviewed as well. Bingo Plus support does not stop there. The brand also flew to Mexico to join Manalo and covered the whole Miss Universe events, including the coronation night. Bingo Plus also met the newly crowned Miss Universe 2024 Victoria Kjær Tailvig from Denmark and had an opportunity to do an exclusive interview with her backstage. The coverage was posted in Bingo Plus social media accounts. Bingo Plus was also recognized by the Miss Universe organization as they were also highlighted in their social media page. Although Manalo did not win the crown, she was still given the title of Miss Universe Asia. Bingo Plus is full of pride and joy with Manalo's performance in the pageant as she has delivered the Philippines' best on the global stage. The organization's support is not limited to the country but extends to the whole world. The universe, rather. This news was brought to you by Bingo Plus, the Filipino favorite in digital entertainment. Licensed by Pagcor with Bingo, Peria, Poker, and more. You can win up to 75 million jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. Let's go over to the other headlines. An Indian businessman who is one of the world's richest people has been indicted in the United States on charges he duped investors by concealing that an alleged bribery scheme was facilitating his company's huge solar energy project on the subcontinent. Gautam Adani at 62 was charged with an indictment unsealed Wednesday with securities fraud and conspiracy to commit securities and wire fraud. The case involves a lucrative arrangement for Adani Green Energy Limited and another firm to sell 12 gigawatts of solar power to the Indian government. enough to light millions of homes and businesses. The indictment portrays Adani and his co-defendants as playing two sides of the deal. It accuses them of portraying it as rosy and above board to Wall Street investors who poured several $billion into the project, while back in India, they were paying or planning to pay about $265 million in bribes or government officials in exchange for billions of dollars worth of contracts and financing. Adani and his co-defendants allegedly sought to obtain and finance massive state energy supply contracts through corruption and fraud at the expense of U.S. investors. Deputy Assistant Attorney General Lisa Miller said. In a parallel civil union, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission accused Adani and two co-defendants of violating anti-fraud provisions of U.S. securities laws. The regulator is seeking monetary penalties and other sanctions. Both cases were filed in federal court in Brooklyn. Adani's co-defendants include his nephew Sagar Adani, the executive director of Adani Green Energy's board, and Vineet Jain, who was the company's chief executive from 2020 to 2023 and remains managing director of the board. Online court records did not list lawyers who could speak on the defendant's behalf. An email message seeking comment was left within an arm of Adani's company, the Adani Group. Sanjay Wadhawa, acting director of the SEC's Enforcement Division, said Gautam and Sagar Adani are accused of persuading investors to buy the company's bonds by misrepresenting not only that Adani Green had a robust anti-bribery compliance program, but also that the company's senior management had not and would not pay or promise to pay bribes. Adani is a power player in the world's most populous nation. He built his fortune in the coal business in the 1990s. The Adani Group grew to involve many aspects of Indian life, from making defense equipment to building roads to selling cooking oil. In recent years, Adani has made big moves into renewable energy, embracing a philosophy of sustainable growth reflected to its slogan, Growth with Goodness. Last year, a US-based financial research firm accused Adani and his company of brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud. The Adani Group called the claims malicious and combination of selective misinformation and stale, baseless, and discredited allegations. The firm in question is known as a short seller, a Wall Street term for traders that essentially bet on the prices of certain stocks to fall. And it had made such investments in relation to the Adani Group. The Philippines is on a path to self-sufficiency in rice production, with hybrid rice genotypes emerging as a critical innovation. As one of the world's top 10 rice producers, but also one of its largest importers, the nation faces the challenge of balancing its growing population and rising consumption with limited arable land. Rice, a staple food for Filipinos, accounts for 45% to 70% of daily calorie intake. However, current production levels of 12.86 million metric tons annually fall short of the demand of 16 million metric tons, resulting in a persistent supply deficit. Research by Dr. Teodoro Mendoza outlines an innovative pathway towards addressing this issue. Hybrid rice genotypes and a system of rice intensification. Hybrid rice, developed through genetic improvements combining high yield and resilient varieties, significantly outperforms traditional and inbred rice genotypes. While inbred varieties yield 5 to 6 tons per hectare, hybrids produce 8 to 12 tons. Under the optimal conditions, some hybrids have reached yields as high as 22 tons per hectare. Additionally, SRL, introduced in the 1980s, promises to maximize yields while reducing inputs such as seeds, fertilizers, and water. SRI grown hybrids have demonstrated up to 61% higher yields compared to conventionally grown inbreds, showcasing the potential of sustainable farming practices. Dr. Mendoza and his team's studies highlight the potential of combining hybrid rice with SRI techniques to address key challenges in rice farming. For instance, under semi-organic farming systems, hybrids planted with SRI methods achieve significant yield gains while reducing reliance on chemical fertilizers. Despite their promise, hybrid seeds are costly $400 per kilogram, up to 100 times more expensive than inbred seeds priced at 40 pesos per kilogram. Farmers are also concerned about hybrids requiring higher agrochemical inputs and risk posed by climate change, particularly typhoons, which can devastate crops. These issues underscore the need for local hybrid seed production, supported by institutions like the Philippine Rice Research Institute, and adjusted planting schedules. For wet season crops, planting should be done early between mid-May and the first week of June. So rice can be harvested in late August to early September, avoiding the heavy rains and typhoons of October and November. Dry season crops should be planted after Christmas to the first week of January. The National Irrigation Administration must align water release schedules with these adjusted planting timelines, and alternative irrigation systems should be established for areas outside NIA service zones. Studies at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños explored integrating hybrids with organic and semi-organic farming systems. Results showed that hybrids grown under SRY with reduced inputs, 80% fewer seeds, 44 kilograms per hectare, 50% less synthetic fertilizer, and no pesticides yielded superior results, significantly lowering costs while maintaining productivity and increasing farmers' income. The team proposes two scenarios to achieve rice self-sufficiency by 2050. The first scenario involves expanding hybrid cultivation to 2 million hectares while maintaining 2.8 million hectares of inbred rice. Hybrid rice yields of at least 6 tons per hectare, though many farmers already achieve 8 tons or more, were used for scenario building alongside a 4-ton yield for inbreds. In addition to increasing yields, reducing per capita rice consumption from 140 kilograms to 110 kilograms, and stabilizing population growth through family planning initiatives are recommended strategies. These combined efforts could ensure rice self-sufficiency until 2050. Experts advocate for diversified caloric sources and improve agricultural practices to reduce dependency on rice. Agroecological farming, which incorporates organic inputs and ecological pest management, could also enhance climate resilience and sustainability. The hybrid rice innovation pathway offers a viable solution to the Philippines' rice crisis. However, achieving this goal requires addressing high seed costs, investing in sustainable farming systems, stabilizing farm gate palay prices, and fostering a shift in consumption patterns to include more vegetables and fruits. As Dr. Mendoza's research underscores, with strategic interventions, the country can turn its rice fields into engines of food security and prosperity. And a petition was filed before a Manila court seeking to declare invalid certain provisions of the Nino Aquino International Airport concession agreement, specifically those concerning adjustments in rates of fees and charges. The 57-page petition was filed Wednesday morning by my lawyer, Wadel Taton, in his personal capacity and as representative of Consumers Union of the Philippines Incorporated, along with consumer rights advocates and concerned citizens Samson Tan, Vanessa Marie Hoyos, Chanika Tuhan, and Clifford Taton. The petitioners tag as illegal some provisions of the concession agreement that implements the NAIA Public-Private Partnership Project and the Manila International Airport Authority Revised Administrative Order Number 1, Series of 2024. According to the petitioner, Section 1.1 of the concession agreement and Sections 4.2, 4.2.1, and 5.4 of the 2024 Revised MIAAO violate the PBB Code and the rule on delegation of powers and should therefore be declared invalid, void, and illegal. The same goes for Section 3.1 of the 2024 Revised MIAAO for being arbitrary and discriminatory, along with Sections 24.3.2, 24.5, 24.5.1, 27.1.3, and 31 of the concession agreement for being against public policy. All provisions deal with the adjusted rates of fees, dues, charges, or assessments collectible by the new NAIA Infrastructure Corporation for the use of the properties, facilities, and services of NAIA. Among the respondents in the petition were the Department of Transportation, MIAA, NNIC, and the Office of the Solicitor General. We will be right back after a short break. This is koolNews Early Edition. It is now 2 minutes before 8 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katip's Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. McDonald's, featuring their McSavers Sulit Busog meals, starting at 99 pesos in all stores nationwide. Prices may vary. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural, at original. And TLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan.
Vice ganda!
And my for McSavers Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba.
Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
McSavers Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Yay! Konti na lang! Tapos na tong school project ko! Today pala deadline nito!
Lagot!
Bakit nga ba ako pumasok dito sa kusina?
Ano nga ba kukunin ko?
Naku po!
Incorrect password? Ano nga ba yung password ko?
Ano nga ba? Memo Plus Gold with Bacopa Monnieri Extract. Iba ang Brainy Good.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Babala sa publiko, pinababatid ng National Telecommunications Commission o NTC sa publiko na may natatanggap itong mga ulat tungkol sa mga taong nagpapanggap di umano na tauhan o empleyado ng NTC. Ayon sa ilang ulat na natatanggap ng NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, ang mga scammer ay tumatawag sa biktima at tatakutin na ang numero nito ay sangkot sa isang scam. Ang nasabing biktima ay hihitayatin na magbigay ng pera upang hindi na masampahan ng kasong kriminal at matanggal sa listahan ng mga nang-i-scam ang numero nito. Madiin na ipinapaalahanan ng NTC ang publiko na ibayo mag-ingat mula sa ganitong uri ng modus. Ito ay isang uri din ng scam at hindi lehitimo ang mga tawag na ito. Kung may impormasyon sa ganitong uri ng scam, maaaring ipaalam sa NTC upang magawan agad ng karampatang aksyon. Pagbigay alam ang ganito o iba pang uri ng mga scam sa mga susunod na opisyal na mekanismo ng NTC. Complaint links sa www.ntc.gov.ph. Mag-email sa contratextcam@ntc.gov.ph. Consumer@ntc.gov.ph. Pagtawag sa 1682 24/7 Consumer Hotline at mga numerong 892-04464, 892-67722, and 892-13251 mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Nagpapasalamat ang NTC sa mga miyembro ng publiko na nagpabatid tungkol sa nasabing uri ng panloloko.
Mas masaya at mas malakas ang katawan ngayong Christmas season kung sapat ang vitamina at may Agaricus Blazé Marine Mushroom ang kapeng hinihigop sa umaga. Ang Agaricus Blazé Marine Mushroom ay nagtataglay ng beta-glucan na siyang pamuksa sa iba't ibang klase ng cancer sa katawan. Pinapalakas ang immune system at inilalagay sa tamang antas ang ating dugo. Ang saya ng Pasko kung umiinom ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Ang sarap ng natural. Mabibili na sa pinakamalapit na sari-sari store, grocery, supermarket, butika, drugstores dito sa ating lugar.
Ang mensaheng ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Ang sarap ng natural.
About ponytail dents, tangles, and frizz? Use Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable every day for 5 times smoother, fragrant hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. Para
Te, pabili po ng 2 Nor Chicken Cubes.
O, eto.
Ha? Isa lang po to ah.
Doble yan.
Ang Nor Cubes ay may doble-doble. Nor Cubes doble. 2-4 lang yan. Sulit na sulit. Mapapaulit. Nor Cubes doble pack.
Ang sarap Sarap-sarap ng doble-doble with Nor Cubes Doble Pack. 2 cubes for 10 pesos SRP lang.
Also available in pork.
Promo lasts from January 2, 2024 to January 1, 2025 per TVH CRR permit number 1589 series of 2023.
Ikaw ba ay pagod? Walang gana? Matamlay? Nawala ng lakas? Subukan mo na si MG Plus. Sa MG Plus, tatayo ka, babangon pa. MG Plus is good for high blood, diabetes, impotency, stress, anxiety, high cholesterol, insomnia, gallstone, kidney stone, rheuma, arthritis, problema sa pagbawas, o galuyang kalawasan. Mag-MG Plus na. MG Plus Herbal Drinks.
Ang MG Plus Herbal Drinks ay available sa mga botika at mga piling supermarket. No approved therapeutic claims.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Barbie, pinapahid mo na naman yung Silka Lotion. Anong meron dyan?
Girl, may papaya enzymes and NutriBlend complex to.
Taray, may papaya. Tinola ka, girl.
Ay, sis! Ang Silka may Vita-Absorb technology at SPF 6 din. SPF? Super Papaya Fruit? Sun Protection Factor kasi, friend! Kahit under the sun, skin ay lit with regular use.
Wow! Slay it!
Slay it with a skin na gigs! Stay lit with Silka with regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
Open cam, Donnie. Which shirt is better? Malabo ka sa screen, Dad.
Baka malabong mata. Visit EO Executive Optical for state-of-the-art facilities and expert eye care.
Malinaw na, Dad. Ang wardrobe nyo, wala sa uso.
EO Executive Optical.
Love your eyes.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function with a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Land Bank is transforming to serve the nation better. Sa digital innovations, mas napabubuti ang inyong pagbabangko saan man kayo 24/7. We bring financial services and solutions to the unbanked and underserved. Naniniwala ang Land Bank na ang bawat Pilipino ay maaaring mamuhay ng matiwasay at magtagumpay. Together we build a brighter future. From countryside to countrywide. Your future, powered by Land Bank. Land Bank is regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and a member of PDIC and Banknet.
Sahod, hindi limo. Sweldo, hindi ayuda. Imbes nag-aabot ng barya, bigyan ng dignidad ang ating magsasaka. Samahan niyo ako at ating busugin ang mga nagpapakain sa atin.
Senador Amy Marcos para sa magsasakang Pilipino.
Ang paboritong evening tambayan ng bawat kalamaw. Napapakinggan at napapanood pa sa radyo. Sa bagong oras dito na 9:30 p.m. Tuloy pa rin ang saya.
Ito ang Bahay Tulugan!
With Master Gio. Tuwing Sabado dito lang sa Cool FM.
Hello, welcome to the cafe. How can I assist you today, Master?
Vanilla latte and strawberry donuts, please.
Anything else you like? Master?
I'm sorry. I was reading this dedicated magazine page. All of there's random technology in the world and into usual pop culture, you know?
Yes, Master. All of these are available here in the cafe. In the meantime, would you like to listen to on our owner's podcast?
Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to my cafe. Good day to everyone. How is your evening so far?
This is Ashley's Cafe. Mondays to Thursdays, 6:30 p.m. and Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Only here on Cool FM. You're listening to Cool FM.
Number one sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide ba?
Makalimutan ka ba? Nahihirapan gumawa ng task? Narito ang Memo Plus Gold para sa iyo. Ayon sa mga clinical studies na ginawa sa prestiyosong Central Drug Research Institute sa India, ang Bacopa Monnieri ay napatunayang nakakatulong sa memory At lalo na sa mga consultation ng mga bata at adults na may ADHD. Ang Memo Plus Gold ay gawa mula sa 100% Bacopa monnieri, isang makapangyarihang source ng brain nutrients. Ang Memo Plus Gold ay mabibili sa Mercury Drug, Watsons at lahat ng botika nationwide. Maaari na rin bumili sa Shopee at Lazada. Memo Plus Gold, iba ang Brady Good. Mahalagang palala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi hindi gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit. Good morning, it's now 8:09 a.m. Philippine Standard Time and welcome back to koolNews Early Edition. Safe and Steel Furnishings maker Promet Asia Incorporated is investing more than 1.5 billion pesos for a manufacturing facility in Pampanga, a business venture which is expected to create 150 new jobs. The PEZA, or the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, on Tuesday said it has formalized the company's registration of its upcoming facility inside the 2050-hectare Teco Industrial Park in Pampanga. We welcome Promet's investment in the Eco Zones, which is the first investment in PEZA with major Bahrainian equity. It is a testament to our world-class brand of service and the Eco Zones providing the best business ecosystem for the investments. PEZA Director General Tereso Panga said in a statement. According to PEZA, the facility is scheduled to be completed by the third quarter of 2025, with the operation starting by early 2026. Investments registered under PEZA's economic zones enjoy a number of fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. Fiscal incentives for exporters include an income tax holiday of 4 to 7 years, as well as a special corporate income tax rate of 5% or enhanced deductions for 10 years. Meanwhile, domestic market-focused enterprises are given an income tax holiday of 4 to 7 years or enhanced deductions for 5 years. Investments registered with PEZA amounted to 123.76 billion from January to October this year. An additional 58 billion worth of investments were approved during its board meeting earlier this month, putting it within reach of its 200 billion pesos target for 2024. In 2023, PEZA approvals reached 175.70 billion pesos in value, marking a 24.9% increase from the 140.7 billion it recorded in 2022. Approved investments reaching 69.30 billion pesos in 2021, 95.3 billion pesos in 2020, in 117.54 billion pesos in 2019, and 140.2 billion in 2018. Currently, PEZA has 423 economic zones across the country, housing the facilities of 4,382 registered enterprises. The Commission on Appointments on Wednesday confirmed the ad interim appointment of former Cavite Governor Juanito John Vic Remulla as Secretary of the Department of Interior and the local government. No member of the CA voted against the designation of Remulla as the DILG's chief. During the plenary session, former Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri welcomed Remulla's appointment as he recognized the latter's plans for the DILG. These are such as the enhancing efficiency and public service delivery through the digitalization of local government units, expanding the unified 911 emergency response system to provide efficient emergency services for all Filipinos, introducing organizational reforms within the Philippine National Police, and ensuring the peaceful elections in 2025 for candidates and voters alike. For her part, Senator Lauren Lagarda, who is among those who seconded Zubiri's motion to confirm the recommendation, highlighted Remulla's record of public service. Lagarda said with over 23 years of experience in government as an elected official, he has held leadership positions that required not just technical expertise, but also vision and compassion. His vision to digitize local government units is well aligned with the global shift toward modernization, efficiency, and transparency in governance, she added. Likewise, Senator Joel Villanueva recognized Cavite's achievements under Remulla's leadership. Cavite has become one of the most business-friendly provinces in the country with advancements in education, health, social services, and infrastructure. His innovative programs such as the Wireless Access Program on Governance or the WPOG, providing free internet service to students, and his commitment to ensuring peace and order and effective disaster management have set a high standard for local governments. On October 8, the palace announced Remulia's appointment as the new head of the DILG. Remulia, brother of Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulia, replaced former DILG chief Benjamin Abalos Jr., who resigned to run for senator in the May 2025 elections. In Zabili's manifestation, he revealed that Remulia earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. The DILG chief also started the public service at 27 and became a board member of the Cavite 2nd District from 1995 to 1998 before becoming a 3-term vice governor of the province from 1998 to 2007. The Commission on Elections on Wednesday said it will disqualify and file charges against the culprit, a Cagayan de Oro representative aspirant of the irregular voter registrations of over 9,000 individuals. COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia said the poll body on Bank made the decision in the regular session held at the Century Park Hotel in Pasay City. Garcia said the still unidentified aspirant, who is a former village chairman, issued barangay certification for these registrants. Currently, one requirement the public can present as an identification document to become a registered voter in the locality is a barangay identification. The village chairman issued barangay certification massively, whether for new voters or transferees, only to find out that the same village chairman is running for a House of Representatives seat. Garcia told Inquirer.net in an ambush interview after the regular COMELEC Bank. Isn't that a super conflict of interest? We will not allow that. We want to teach a lesson or two, so aspirants won't do that. Garcia said the aspirant will face a criminal charge under the Omnibus Election Code, while the poll body will also file a motu proprio or on their own initiative a disqualification case against the House of Representative hopeful. The COMELEC has formed a task force to investigate suspicious transfers of voters from one place to another. The formation of this task force was prompted by allegations of anomalous voters registrants in Makati City. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now 8:16 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will return after the break. This is koolNews Early Edition. This koolNews edition was brought to you by Jor Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Pride Powder Detergent. All you need is Pride. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Fuji Denso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances of Fuji Denso HV inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Surf Bar and Fabric Conditioner. And Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na! Playtime with Bunso kasi may champion na. Present lagi sa school pag champion sa laba. Gumimik with ate dahil may champion na. Lambingan with happy, champion ako dyan. Kung gustong mag-shopping, dapat mag-champion ka. Mag-movie marathon, mabilis lang maglaba. Kung gusto nyong mag-swimming, tara mag-champion na. Lahat ng gusto nyo, mama daming time. Tanggal mancha sa damit ni tatay, t-shirt ni kuya, mabango na rin, may
Wash technology ang champion. Family bonding ng priority ko. Salamat sa champion! Champion na! Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Looking for home appliances that will satisfy your novel experience? Hisense Philippines Incorporated, maker of Hisense, a global brand leader in household appliances dedicated to enhancing consumers' everyday lives in partnership with Magic Appliance. Present Hisense Station 2024. Hisense Station 2024. It's an exclusive Magic Appliance sensational price down offers and big saving deals that surely you wouldn't miss. Hisense Station 2024 proudly introduces Hisense home appliances to every kasamak home, such as refrigerators, air conditioners, and washing machines. Now available at Magic Appliance stores at very affordable prices. Get your Hisense home appliances now at Magic Appliance Hisense Station 2024 from October 15 to November 30, 2024 only. Hisense Station 2024 is exclusively brought to you by Hisense Philippines Incorporated and Magic Appliance. Magaandang buhay! Hisense Station 2024 per DTI Fair Trade Permit Number R1-141 and R1-142 Series of 2024.
Iwasan ang mahabang pila. Ang pandaraya sa buwis, bayan ang maging hinagpis. Tamang buwis ay bayaran sa ikaunlad ng bayan. Lahat tayo ay magtulong-tulong. Paghingi ng resibo ay isulong. Iwasan makandado. Magbayad ng wasto. Sa BIR magparehistro bago magnegosyo para hindi makalaboso. Magbayad ng maaga.
Isang public service announcement mula po sa 101.3 Radyo natin Ujongan at BIR RDO number 35.
Sa bawat unos, may kalakip na pag-asa. Sa bawat pagsubok, may bagong simula. Para sa mga SMEs, kooperatiba, korporasyon o power utility na apektado ng sakuna ng Land Bank na matulungan kayo pang matulungan ng program. I'm Bales. Visit the Land Bank Lending Center near you or call 02-8405-700 or visit www.landbank.com. Your future powered by Land Bank.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso. Quality above all.
Api ka ba sa batas? Huwag kang mag-alala, may lapid law na magtatanggol sa iyo mula kay Senador Lito Lapid. Ito ang Republic Act 9999 o ang Free Legal Assistance Law para sa mga walang abogado. Kahit na sinong lawyer ay pwede mong kunin ng libre dahil pwede nilang ikalta sa tax nila ang charge nila sa kaso mo. Kasi nga, isa lang sa inyo ang dapat bigyan ng Public Attorney's Office o PAO ng abogado na kalaban mo sa kaso. Sa Free Legal Assistance Law o ang Lapid Law, may abogado ka na agad. Lingkod Lapid para sa masang Pilipino. Senator Lito Lapid. Senator Lito Lapid.
Kung pagpipiliin kung anong kakainin, gulay ang aking tanging bilhin. Pero repolyo at carrots, mas sustansyang halaga. Broccoli at cauliflower, puno ng vitaminas. Saro, bell pepper at saka sayote. Masarap na iulam, champion na putahe. Mabuti sa katawan, the best sa isipan. Mga gulay ang superstar sa aming kainan.
ng himpilang ito.
Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochlorichlorpinamine malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults.
Tara, discover na. Sumama ka, buksan ang iyong mata. Discover one by one, Pinas nagiganda. Ano man ang trip, sigurado worth the trip. Isa-isahin na. Discover one by one. Let's fly everyone.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number one sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa! It is now 8:25 a.m. Philippines Standard Time, and we're back on the Cody's Early Edition. Tony Campolo has breathed his last on November 19, 2024, at the age of 89. The man who spent decades bending the gospel to the will of culture passed into eternity. An eternity that his teachings betrayed. On that day, Campolo had heard those dreaded words from the Lord, "I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness." Yet the eulogies will flood in from those who called him a trailblazer, a man of social justice, a compassionate voice for the marginalized. But no amount of flowery tributes can erase the reality of what his work truly accomplished, the erosion of biblical truth. The elevation of human desire above God's law and the leading of countless souls further away from Christ. Campolo has now met the judge whose word he spent his life reshaping, and there's no clever rhetoric, no reinterpreted scripture, no appeal to culture that can save him. Deception was the hallmark of Campolo's ministry, though it was dressed in the language of love and progress. His red letter Christianity movement, which sought to elevate the quoted red letter words of Jesus above the rest of scripture, was a subtle yet devastating assault on the unity of God's word. By slicing and dicing the Bible to create his own gospel, Campolo offered a version of Christianity that was easier to digest, but utterly devoid of truth. His teachings invited people to follow a false Jesus who wasn't Lord over all, but simply an advisor whose words could be selectively applied. And in 2015, when Campolo publicly endorsed the same-sex marriage, he made it clear where his allegiance lay. Not with the unchanging commands of God, but with the ever-evolving moral impulses of the culture. But Campolo's descent into heresy is not alone tragedy. He now stands along multitudes of others who exchanged the gospel of Christ for the applause of man. Sarah Young, the author of Jesus Calling, claimed divine revelations that added to God's word, leading many to trust her fictional conversations with Jesus over the scriptures themselves. Her death in 2021 came after a life spent convincing her readers that God's voice could be accessed apart from his revealed word and through New Age spirit channeling a deadly lie that continues to lead many astray. Then there is Rachel Held Evans, the progressive voice who championed the LGBTQIA movement, abortion, and every other cause that set itself against God's design. Her life's work was not to proclaim Christ, but to undermine him, twisting his teachings to fit a pagan script. Her sudden death in 2019 sealed her faith, a fate she had spent her life ensuring through her open rebellion against God's wrath. And then there is Benny Johnson, the former co-pastor of Bethel Church and a leading voice of the New Apostolic Reformation. Her false teachings turned the gospel into a sales pitch for physical health and miracles, twisting the promises of Scripture into a transactional relationship with God. Johnson's life was a case study in the dangers of equating faith with guaranteed healing, leaving countless followers disillusioned and guilt-ridden when their prayers went unanswered. She promoted false Jesus, a genie in the bottle, ready to grant wishes to those with enough faith, all while ignoring the biblical truth of God's sovereignty and the purpose of suffering in the lives of his people. Johnson's death in 2022, after years of promoting this destructive theology, is a tragic statement to the consequences of distorting God's word for personal gain. And now Tony Campolo joins them. He may have claimed to follow Christ, but his teachings denied him at every turn. By affirming sin, he denied Christ's power to save from it. By undermining Scripture, he denied its authority. By seeking the approval of the world, he rejected the approval of God. Campolo's legacy is not one of faithfulness, but of compromise. And his death is a sobering reminder of the eternal consequences of such life. The words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 71 ring louder than ever. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Sadly, Tony Campolo's life was a demonstration of what happens when the will of man supersedes the will of the Father. His teachings, however well-intentioned they may have seemed, it led him and countless others away from the saving grace that leads to life. Let this not be forgotten. God will not be mocked. The legacies of Campolo, Young, Evans, and Johnson's are a warning to all who would tamper with the truth of God's word. Their fame, their influence, their ability to captivate and persuade. None of it mattered when they stood before the throne of judgment. Their teachings, which diluted the gospel and glorified human rebellion, have been exposed for what they truly were. Lies crafted to appease sinful hearts. Tony Campolo's death is an occasion for lament. Lament that a life once full potential for God's glory was spent leading others into darkness. Lament that was so many followed his example, believing that false promises of watered down gospel. And most of all, lament that his story, like those of so many others, ends in the outer darkness, where there is a weeping and gnashing of teeth. May his fate as an FATE be a warning to us all that the truth of God cannot be compromised without eternal consequences. This editorial was brought to you by The Dissenter, the Christian Independent Press, and here from the Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters, Manila.
My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior, and I rejoice for His eternal life. I ask every Filipino family, please turn to Jesus.
A friendly reminder from the Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters.
We'll go back to the national news. The Philippine National Police will avoid lavish Christmas parties for the holiday season in 2024 and channel funds into relief for typhoon-hit areas instead. Director Major General Roderick Alba said. On Tuesday, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged the government agencies to avoid lavish Christmas celebrations in solidarity with Filipinos affected by the recent string of typhoons. Alba, who heads the Philippine Directorate for Police Committee Relations, or DPCR, told reporters in an interview at Camp Crame on Wednesday, "We appreciate your instruction na yon because we are in a situation na hindi namin yung priority sa PNP. Ever since hindi namin priority ang celebration because while everybody is celebrating, ang PNP naman ay very busy securing the streets. The communities even on Yuletide season." The TPCR director said the police force would leave it up to regional directors and heads of national support units to decide what celebration would be appropriate for them, but that the instruction is very clear, not to spend too much. We'll spend it more doon sa mga nasalanta sa bagyo. Susunod kami sa part ng PNP sa instruction. Alba added that the TPCR would calibrate their preparation for the holidays to align with Marcos' directive and call the attention of units found holding lavish parties. The appeal to refrain from costly celebrations comes in the wake of 6 consecutive typhoons battering the country. Typhoon Pepito, Typhoon Ophel, Nika, Malse, and Typhoon Leon, and severe tropical storm Christine last October. The combined effects of Pepito, Ophel, and Nika amounted to 1.55 billion pesos in damage to infrastructure and 8.64 million pesos in damage to agriculture, according to the NDRMC's situational report on Wednesday. Business name registrations and renewals filed at the Department of Trade and Industry soared to a record high in mid-November, surpassing 1 million mark as retail businesses continue to make up the largest portion of filers. DTI data showed that there were 1.001 million filings from January to November 17, surpassing the full year figure of 984,330 in 2023. Of the total so far, 886,203 or 88.5% were new registrations, while the remaining 115,003 were renewals. In early October, Trade Undersecretary Blasila A. Lantayona told the Inquirer that business name registrations have been on a consistent rate increase. Given this positive trend in our ongoing efforts, we are optimistic that we will surpass the highest number of registrations recorded last year. Sought for comment on the trend, Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation or RCBC Chief Economist Micah Ricafort told the Inquirer that the growth could be a reflection of the lifting of COVID-related restrictions. He noted that it has been more than a year since the government lifted the state of public health emergency. Ricafort said that this supported the recovery of many businesses and industries, especially those hitting hard by the pandemic such as tourism, services, and retail, among others. Businesses engaged in the wholesale and retail trade, many of which are small neighborhood shops or sari-sari stores, as well as the repair of motor vehicles, made up of 54.92% of the total, with 549,881 new registrations and renewals. In 2023, the full year number was at 515,076, indicating that it has grown by 6.8% so far this year. Ricafort said the improvement, especially on retail and consumer-related business and industries, may also reflect the fact that local employment data since late last year improved to the best level in nearly 20 years. Other top categories include transportation and storage within 4,776, the other service activities category with 37,627, and administrative and support with 37,501. In terms of regional dispersion, Regional 4A continued to lead with the highest number of registrations at 190,211, which is 19% or nearly a fifth of the total. The NCR came in second with a 16.67% share of 166,831. The other three in the top five are Region 3 with 133,832, Region 6 with 67,679, and Region 7 with 62,169. The DTI began the full implementation of its online business name registration process in 2023 in a bid to streamline their listing processes. Businesses can apply online through the DTI's Business Name Registration Services website at the bnrs.dti.gov.ph or by going to the various DTI negotiation centers across the country. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now 8:38 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. We will go to the DOST Pag-asa Weather Report for the 4 a.m. Weather Bulletin.
Happy Thursday po sa ating lahat. Ako si Benison Estareja. Patuloy pa rin ang pag-ihip ng northeast monsoon or amihan na siya nagdadala pa rin ng bahagyang pagbaba ng temperatura, pero doon lamang po sa may extreme northern Luzon na siyang sinasamahan din ng mga saglit na mga pag-ulan. Habang dito sa natitirang bahagi ng bansa, andyan pa rin ang mainit at maalinsangan na panahon dahil pa rin yan sa easterlies o yung hangin po galing sa Pacific Ocean na siyang sinasamahan din ng mga saglit na ulan at mga thunderstorms, kagaya na lamang dito sa bahagi po ng Western Mindanao at Eastern Visayas. Bukod dun sa kumpol ng ulap na ating namamataan dito sa ating latest satellite animation, wala tayong nakikitang panibagong cloud clusters na posibleng maging low pressure area or bagyo hanggang sa matapos ang weekend. Ngayong araw, asahan pa rin po ang makulimlim na panahon sa may Batanes and Babuyan Islands. Sasamahan din yan ng mahina hanggang katamtamang mga ulan at mga isolated thunderstorms, epekto po yan ng amihan or northeast monsoon. So make sure po na meron tayong dalang payong. Habang sa natitirang bahagi ng Luzon, kabilang ang Metro Manila, andyan pa rin ang halos katulad na weather conditions as yesterday, madalas maaraw sa umaga hanggang sa tanghali, pero pagsapit ng hapon hanggang gabi, bahagyang maulap hanggang maulap ang kalangitan, lalo na sa may eastern sections ng Luzon na siyang sinasamahan lamang ng pulu-pulong mga paulan or pagkidlat pagpulog. Temperature natin sa Metro Manila at mga kalapit na lugar sa Central Luzon and Calabarzon magiging mainit sa tanghali hanggang 34 degrees Celsius, habang sa Baguio naman nananatiling malamig hanggang 25 degrees Celsius. Sa ating mga kababayan sa malaking bahagi ng Palawan, Visayas, and Mindanao, andyan pa rin po ang bahagyang maulap hanggang minsan maulap na kalangitan. Umaga pa lamang may tsansa na ng ulan dito sa may bahagi po ng Zamboanga del Sur, Basilan, at dito sa malaking bahagi ng Eastern Visayas, hindi naman po yan magtatagal. At ang natitirang bahagi ng Visayas and Mindanao, andyan pa rin po ang bahagyang maulap na kalangitan. Hanggang hapon na po yan at may mga lugar na mababa lamang po ang tsansa ng ulan kung meron man mga isolated or localized thunderstorms. Sa Palawan, asahan ng maximum temperature na 33 degrees Celsius. Sa Metro Cebu and Metro Davao hanggang 32 degrees pagsapit ng tanghali, habang pinakamainit pa rin sa may Zamboanga City hanggang 34 degrees Celsius. So make sure po na hydrated tayo at magdala ng pananggalang sa init ng araw. Sa ngayon, wala naman tayong nakataas na gale warning or yung banta sa matataas na mga pag-alon, pero umaabot pa rin po ng higit 3 metro ang mga pag-alon sa malaking bahagi ng Northern Luzon dahil pa rin yan sa northeast monsoon or amihan. Sa natitirang baybayin ng ating bansa, Southern Luzon down to Mindanao, kalahating metro hanggang 1 metro ang taas sa mga pag-alon sa malayong parte po ng karagatan, pero posible pa rin umabot sa 2.5 kapag meron tayong mga thunderstorms. And possible po tomorrow, magkaroon muli tayo ng gale warning sa extreme Northern Luzon. Para naman sa ating 3-day weather forecast, simula po sa Friday hanggang sa weekend, asahan po ang maulap na kalangitan in more areas of Northern Luzon dahil yan sa shear line. Ito yung linya kung saan nagtatagpo po ang malamig na hanging amihan at ang mainit na easterlies. As a result, nagkakaroon po ng kaulapan at minsan malalakas po ng mga pag-ulan at mga thunderstorms, kabilang ng Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Apayao, at yung mga nearby areas pa dito sa may Northern Luzon. So make sure po na meron tayong dalang payong. Habang dito sa malaking bahagi ng Palawan, Eastern Visayas, and Mindanao, meron tayong minsan malalakas na ulan, hindi naman siya tuloy-tuloy. Epekto po yan ng ITCZ or Intertropical Convergence Zone. Ito yung banggaan ng hangin from the northern and southern hemispheres. Ito na yung isang precursor po ng ITCZ. Itong nakikita natin sa may silangan po ng Mindanao. So mag-ingat din sa banta ng baha at landslides. Habang sa natitirang bahagi ng bansa, meron pa rin tayong bahagyang maulap at madalas mainit na tanghali na sinasamahan ng pulu-pulong ulan or pagkidlat pagkulog lamang. Ang araw ay sisikat, ganap na alas 6 ng umaga at lulubog pa rin 5:24 ng hapon. Yan pa rin ang latest mula dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Ako muli si Benison Estareja na nagsasabing sa anumang panahon, Pag-asa maganda solusyon.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you to, I think I'm, okay, so, right, thank you, Pag-asa Weather Specialist, for showing us today's weather. It is now 8:43 a.m. as we will return with the more top of the round headlines right here on koolNews Early Edition. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog. Amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Smart dishwashing paste. Double tanggaling formula against sebo and bacteria. Smart dishwashing paste. A product of ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Rexona, ang deo lotion ng bayan. Say no to asthma emergencies. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula. Long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
And TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH Network PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows.
Intra na sa Great Taste Greatest Panalo Raffle Promo para sa chance ka magdaog sa over 3 million pesos worth of cash prizes. Magbaka sa Great Taste Premium Classic at Great Taste White Classic. Magtipon sa mga empty packs kaya ihulog ang mga entries sa Dropbox in select stores. Gani, ano pag ginakulat nyo? Intra na! See posters for details. Promo runs from November 1, 2024 to February 28, 2025. DOH FDA CFRR permit number 1115 series of 2024.
1, 2, 3? Ano ba yan? Ang daming insects? Gastos na naman sa dami ng insecticide spray na kakailanganin.
Don't worry, Mommy. With Vigon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, zero lang ang mahalaga.
Zero ba? Dahil ligwak ang mga insekto. Zero harm. Safe ang buong family mo. Zero chances of pest disease. Kaya bato ng products mo.
With Vigon Shield Protector Multi-Insect Killer, hindi lang 7, hindi lang 8, kundi 11 insects ang kayang patayin nito.
Zero tolerance sa mga insekto.
Vigon Shield Protector!
Multi-insect killer.
Yo, it's the saint himself, Dwight Ramos.
Hey, yo, Jeremiah, what are you having?
Alam mo na, yung Primera Clase.
Primera Light Brandy.
Primera Classic Night.
From Spain, award-winning premium blend. Smooth. Now this is our Primera Classic Brandy. Primera Light Brandy. Dahil Primera Classica.
Drink responsibly.
Nandyan na naman sila, kanya-kanyang pakilala sa kung alin daw ang totoo at alin ang tama. Basta ko, mula pa nung nakarang Pasko hanggang ngayong Kapaskuhan, ay istigtuan lang sa bitaminang gumagabay sa aking kalusugan. Mark C. Vitamin C Plus Zinc. Ang purong bitamina ng ating mga kasangga. Maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon. Hatid sa inyo ng Mark C. Vitamin C Plus Zinc. Mabibili na sa inyong mga suking butika at drugstores dito sa ating lugar. Ang mensaheng ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Mark C. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Mark C. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod. At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan. Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan.
Sa Skelan, ang galing gumalaw. Long-lasting bis sa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilab yan.
Para sa babalik-balik nga sakit, Esquilan.
Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Hi, it's Solen.
And Nico Bolsico here.
My family is everything.
They mean the whole world to us.
They inspire us to be our best.
They are our number one priority. When it comes to our water,
We prioritize exceptional. We only choose Nature Spring distilled drinking water. Distilled through a 12-step process that brings safe, world-class, high-quality drinking water.
is the only water we trust for our family.
After all these years, it's still only Nature Spring distilled drinking water.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-Efficacent Oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang Efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of Efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ang Chicken Joy is na.
ang pinakamasarap, bigger na.
Best tasting na, our biggest pa. Ito ang Chicken Joy, yes. Best tasting na, our biggest pa. Ito ang Chicken Joy, yes.
starts at 82 pesos pa rin. Price varies. Bigger claim is versus previous size. Best tasting claim is based on quantitative brand and product imagery study conducted by SCMI last November 2023.
Spice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet Ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Pag may diarrhea, may matinding pagyanig at kasama pang sakit ng tiyan. Take New Diatabs Advance, a first in the Philippines na may pinagsamang galing ng loperamide para tapos ang diarrhea at simeticone para tapos ang sakit ng tiyan. In soft gel capsule, kaya mas mabilis kesa loperamide lang. With 2 capsules after first loose stool.
Unilab yan.
Loperamide simeticone is a generic name of Diatabs Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solastomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Sige na, sagutin mo na ako.
Ano ka? Sinuswerte?
Yes! Sa San Miguel Beer, Tansan Katutak Panalo under the Crown promo. Uminom at silipin ng Tansan at baka manalo. May 6 na Toyota Zenix HEV, 40 Yamaha NMAX na motor, 250 Samsung A15 smartphones, libo-libong San Miguel Beer shirts, jackets, at libreng beer. Up to 100 million pesos worth of prizes. Sali na sa San Miguel Beer, Tansan Katutak Panalo under the Crown promo. Promo from July 1 to December 31, 2024 for DOH, FDA, CFRR permit number 0646 series of 2024. Drink responsibly.
Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024 for DTI FTEB number 199284 series of 2024. Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024 for DTI FTEB number 199284 series of 2024.
Aliceable Desk po. May bago sa paborito nating Milo. Mas pinamilo. Milkier. Kaya mas masarap versus previous formulation.
Mas pinasarap nga. Talagang, mas pinamilo. Totoong, milkier.
Masarap parang arawin. Try the new, more delicious Milo. Bili na sa inyong suking tindahan.
Paano ka mag-online shopping ngayon? Bayad muna bago bukas parcel? Online shopping with ShopSafe. Bukas parcel bago bayad. Introducing M. Luelier's newest iwas scam service, ShopSafe. ShopSafe is an online escrow service which connects buyers and sellers safely online on Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, and Carousel. Magaan ng online shopping with ShopSafe. Download the Mcash app now or visit mluelier.com to learn more about it. Shop smart. Sell safe with ShopSafe.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back to Cool News Early Edition. It is now 7 minutes before we leave this newscast right here. Okay, so we have some new headlines that we are going to cover now. Starting with the national headlines, the Republican Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives voiced support Wednesday for banning a newly elected transgender woman from using women's restrooms in the legislature. All single-sex facilities in the Capitol and House office buildings, such as restrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms, are reserved for individuals of the biological sex, Speaker Mike Johnson said in a statement. Johnson's remarks come after Democrat Sarah McBride's election as the first openly transgender member of Congress this month. She has received a cold welcome from her Republican colleagues who retained control of the lower chamber in the November election. Earlier this week, Representative Nancy Mace and ally of President-elect Donald Trump introduced a resolution that would ban transgender women from using female restrooms in the Capitol. The very South Carolina congressman said biological men do not belong in private women's space. Period. Full stop. End of story in the post on X. On Wednesday, Maxey doubled down, introducing legislations that would apply the rule to all federal property. Transgender rights are a hot-button issue in the United States, with the participation of trans people in competitive sports and the subject of access to gender-affirming care for minors triggering further debate. Democrats and LGBTQ advocates largely denounced Maxey's efforts, categorizing it as an attack on the dignity of trans people. Wednesday was also Transgender Day of Remembrance, held each year on November 20 to honor transgender people murdered on account of their gender identity. Too many transgender Americans, including young people, are cruelly targeted and face harassment simply for being themselves, outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden said in a statement, which did not mention the controversy on Capitol Hill. Day, who takes office in January, said Wednesday she would comply with the rules set out by Johnson, even if I disagree with them. Each of us were sent here because voters saw something in us that they value, she said on social media. As earlier this week about Maxey's original proposal, Johnson had initially deflected, telling reporters, "This is an issue that Congress has never had to address before, and we're going to do that in deliberate fashion with member consciences." Johnson suggested in his Wednesday statement that McBride would be limited to using the Capitol's unisex bathrooms or the bathroom in her office. Social companies could be fined more than $30 million if they fail to keep children off social media under new laws to be debated in Australia's parliament Thursday. The world's first legislation would force social media firms to take steps to prevent those under 16 years of age from accessing platforms such as X, TikTok, Facebook, and Telegram. Failing to do so will attract fines of up to 15 million Australian dollars or $32.5 million US dollars. Australia is among the vanguard of nations trying to clean up social media, and the proposed age limit will be among the world's strictest measures aimed at children. Details about how social media companies are expected to enforce the ban remain unclear. The proposed laws, which will be presented to Parliament Thursday, would also include robust privacy provisions that require tech platforms to delete any age verification information collected. Minister for Information Michelle Rowland said Thursday that social media companies had a responsibility for the safety and mental health of Australians. The legislation places the onus on social media platforms, not parents or children, to ensure protections are in place, she said. Some companies will be granted exemptions from the ban, such as YouTube, which teenagers may need to use for schoolwork or other reasons. Once celebrated as a means of staying connected and informed, social media platforms have been tarnished by cyberbullying, the spread of illegal content, and election meddling claims. If the proposed law passes, tech platforms will be given a one-year grace period to figure out how to implement and enforce the ban. Social media companies have said they will adhere to new legislation, but have cautioned the government against acting too quickly and without adequate consultation. Analysts have also expressed doubt it would be technically feasible to enforce a strict age ban. And according to the study, women with the common conditions of endometriosis or growths in their uteruses have a slightly higher risk of dying before the age of 70, a large US-based study said on Thursday. 1 in 10 women worldwide suffer from endometriosis, a chronic disease in which tissue similar to the lining of the uterus grows outside the womb. Up to a quarter of women are thought to have non-cancerous growths in their uterus called uterine fibroids. Despite so many having these conditions, both are considered under research, with some blaming a historically male-focused medical establishment for overlooking health problems that affect women. Previous research has linked both conditions to a higher risk of some potentially deadly diseases, such as heart disease and some types of cancer. The new study in the BMJ journal analyzed data from more than 110,000 women and in the United States whose health has been monitored every 2 years since 1989. This kind of observational research cannot directly prove cause and effect. From the data, the researchers found that patients with one of both had a slightly higher risk of dying before 70. This was because the patients were more likely to get the other health problems suggested by previous research, the study indicated. For uterine fibroids, the increase in early death was linked to a higher risk of gynecological cancers, the study said. These cancers were also a main cause of death among patients with endometriosis, though there were other factors, including heart and respiratory diseases. People with endometriosis had between a 9 and 30% higher risk of dying before 70 compared to people who did not have these linked health problems, the study said. These findings highlight the importance of doctors looking out for these health problems in patients with endometriosis and uterine fibroids, the authors of this study said. While historically overlooked, Health conditions that only affect women are receiving more attention from researchers and policymakers. This has particularly been the case for endometriosis, which can cause serious pain during periods and infertility, and for which there is no known cure. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 9 a.m. and that will be it for koolNews Early Edition. As always, we will return for the recap of the news headlines that we have covered earlier at 11 and for the latest news headlines at 12 noon. Until later, I'm Cairo. Go ahead.
And I'm Stephen Monik Del Sol. For more news and headlines, you could also send us your comments and suggestions and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Once again, I'm Stephen Monik Del Sol. Take care, good morning, and God bless the Republic of the Philippines. Coming up next on Cool FM. It is now 9 a.m. Philippines Standard Time, and we have Good mornings.